Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 18th session of the Devouring Dark. Our third member will be joining us as soon as he can. He said he'll be a bit late, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Alright, so we'll just start with our Lore Master recap for now. Yeah, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Last time, Jaden Thrannen went into the temple and basically woke up one of the leader of the Thraxian temple priests, and eventually they woke up all the rest of the people, and they said that they would help the camp as much as they can, but they're kind of weak at the moment. Then let's see what else happened. Let's see, they well, that was like the big part of it, and then they had Bastion, which was or Bastion, however you say it. The man in golden armor was apparently still possessed, and they kind of just got rid of all that stuff that was possessing him.
Yep, that's pretty much it, other than you're apparently trying to teach the orb how to speak a language, basically.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's see where we should pick up. Jaden, you're still in the cell area with Baston because you were talking to him, trying to get him to see if he's trustworthy or whatnot. And Thranen, he's currently attempting to teach the orb a language. So we'll just say that he's busy doing that while we figure out everything else. And we'll say that Howler, well, I already talked to him about this. He was in the woods trying to figure out his the meaning of his dream, and he's just returning, we'll say at this point, which is early morning, so he can do whatever he wishes now that he's back. I assume he would want to find somebody, I don't know.
Well, if I've been out all night and it's early morning, I will probably go sleep.
Yeah. I'll say that you had a rest out in the woods.
Okay.
Just to make it a little bit easier. You were trying to track wolves, I suppose, and you weren't successful, but when you were returning, one started following you. So, you're coming back now, and what is it that you would want to do first? You notice that the wolf is, when you get to the outskirts of the lower area where the encampment is and everything, it just stops at the tree edge and just sits there, looking at you.
I'll head over to it then.
Alright, well, it's just sitting there, and it looks like when you start heading in its direction, it starts moving away from you in a specific direction. You're not entirely sure unless if you make a survival check which direction it's actually moving.
Survival.
Alright, with that survival, you know that it seems to be heading generally in the direction that you came from when you came back from the village that you guys rescued on the outside of the wall. It seems to be heading in that same general direction.
Okay. So it wants us to go back there, is what I'm getting.
It seems to want you to go in that direction, yes.
I'll head back to town for now.
Alright, so then when you start heading back, then it follows you again and then just sits at the edge. Alright, so...
So I'll go look for Jaden, I suppose.
Alrighty. So Jaden, you're just, I guess, concluding your conversation with Baston. If you wanted to say anything else that you didn't think of last time, you can say it now. He's just sitting in the cell.
No, I'm good.
Alrighty. So, as you're leaving, you notice that the high priest, you didn't get his name, he seems to come in and look around, and he notices that somebody's in the cell. And he just seems to be walking over as you're leaving. If you're interested, you can listen. He's just gonna be walking past you.
Yeah, I'll let him do his thing.
Alrighty, so he just walks past you and goes in there, and he seems to be going towards Baston, but you don't stick around. So Howler, you notice that you're looking up at the temple as you're approaching, and you see that Jaden just seems to have exited the jail area.
Yeah.
So you can head up towards there. Did you have a destination you wanted to go to, Jaden, while he's approaching you?
I don't know where I'd go from this point.
Alright, fair enough. So we'll just say that you're coming down the steps and Howler approaches you.
Alright, hello Jaden.
Oh, who's there?
It's me.
Oh, hey.
Down here.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. So, do you and Train have any other plans?
I don't believe we have any plans. He's just trying to teach the orb how to speak or use some kind of code to talk with us.
I think there's something back in the village with the Tubaxi.
Oh, yeah?
Or in that direction.
What makes you say that?
You know, I've been wandering the woods, and I just have a gut feeling.
Okay.
I'll say that he did tell you that he had a dream, but he wasn't specific about it, so possibly that's what he was referring to.
Right. Okay. Well, so do you need my help? I guess we need the orb, don't we? So,
yeah, we probably would need the orb.
Yeah. So let's see if we can get that from Thranen.
Alrighty, just a second. Okay, so Thranen, he's just sitting in the middle of the woods, and he's sitting like on the edge of the camp, and he just seems to be talking to this orb with a book in his hand.
I'll approach.
Alrighty, so since he's not here, I'll just tentatively play his character. So he's just he seems slightly frustrated because the orb just seems not to be getting the code that he's trying to teach it very easily, and he's just huffing and puffing. Oh, he's here.
Yay.
So then he can tell us.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay then. I'll just say that he is doing that. He's not very happy at the moment. Because it's not going well. You overhear him saying something like, "No, that's B, not F." Something like that.
Okay. I'm just hoping he'll come on in like a couple minutes. So.
Well, if you want to, we can just say that he let me see. He seems to be teaching it Morse code. So it would be like a series of flashes and different lengths of flashes and those sorts of things. So it would be able to speak in individual letters, which might be slightly time-consuming, but it might be helpful in some situations. Let me see. I'll just message him to see if something's going on. But yeah, it might be slightly strenuous. It might be time-consuming. Like if you ask it a question that requires a expository paragraph, it might take like a half hour for it to just speak something that should take like 5 minutes or so, 2 minutes or something like that. Because alrighty, so I hear him a little bit, not too loud.
What about now?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
better. All right, so we noticed that you tried to join a few seconds ago, just as they were about to approach you. So, Jaden, go ahead. He's sitting there trying. I said that you were sort of frustrated with the orb because the orb just doesn't seem to be understanding like how many flashes and things needed for different letters. So I just said that you were saying like that's B not F sort of thing and getting frustrated with it.
That actually sounds like my character, because he's intelligent and very knowledgeable and kind of has that type of... At the same time, he has a childlike innocence almost.
So yeah. So he's just being slightly frustrated at the moment. It's just not getting it. So
I look up at the guys approaching me. Huh? What's up?
We think that there's something back in the Tabaxi village that we need to find.
Huh. Any idea on what it is? Or just we need to find something in there?
Heller says that he's got a gut feeling. He's usually right about things.
I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think we should. I think it's worth investigating at least.
Okay. I suppose nothing, as long as it's not going to kill us. A wild goose chase won't harm anyone.
I promise no such thing.
Okay. Then since you guys kind of, brought me back into the world, which allowed me to bring my friends and what I consider family back, yeah, I'll join you guys. Kind of owe you one. I'll stick around.
right.
Also, you're kind of cool.
Right. So just a slight reminder. He did tell you that he had a dream, but he wasn't specific about it. So this might be something to do with that.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to ask him about that then. Hey, Haller, is this connected with that dream you mentioned you had earlier?
Well, after I had that dream, I've been thinking a bit. I went out to the forest, and the wolves, they are leading me somewhere.
And as he says that, as he says that, just before anything happens, you notice right behind him, sort of standing at the tree line, there's a wolf just sitting there looking at him.
Passive perception 20. Okay. Well, I find that whenever dreams and animals seem to start being connected, or at least seem to have a connection, it's either A, something evil is trying to kill you, or B, something very good. Or something we might just want to take care of. It could be either of those three things. And with those chances, let's do it.
Alright. Fair enough. So...
I mean, if something tries to kill us, we could always just kill it first.
Exactly, my friend.
Alright. So, I assume you begin to follow it, the wolf?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Howler's leading the way, and as you see him walking towards this wolf, the wolf just turns around and starts walking in a different direction, and you begin following it into the woods. Now, let's see what happens from here. So you begin following the wolf. Since it's early morning, you're all right, and we'll say that Thranen is teaching the orb, attempting to teach it while walking, so that way you can gain a little bit more progress with it.
That's all I'm doing.
All right, so we'll say that it seems to be understanding it somewhat, like it's understanding that it needs to flash longer and shorter for certain parts and then make a space in order to make separate letters, but it seems to have a hard time grasping like which letters are which, so it's having a hard time distinguishing different letters from each other. Perhaps that has something to do with the fact that it can't read. Maybe because it's illiterate, that sort of thing. So it might be.
You can't teach something to read overnight. It takes time.
Yeah. So
you can't teach your dog how to read in an hour.
Yeah. So perhaps it's having a hard time grasping the concept of letters. That might be part of it.
Don't worry, buddy. We'll get you there.
So it seems to understand language, like words, but doesn't. It seems like it has a disconnect between words and writing them down or having letters or alphabet, that sort of thing. So it might have something to do with the way it comprehends things that it's having a hard time, but you think that it's gaining progress at least. So you're getting somewhere.
I was just about to say the fact that it's making progress in only like a matter of days is actually really good. So
yeah. So it seems to be understanding a little bit, but you think that you might have...
basically enough to show me that if I spend a lot of time with this, I could actually succeed.
Yeah. So it seems like you sort of decide to switch gears because you're pretty intelligent. So you decide to teach it like basic lettering and things like that you might teach a little child, that sort of thing. But otherwise,
start with the basics, then go with Morse code.
Yeah. So it seems to be making progress. Although when you're teaching it like the basics of letters, it doesn't talk very much. So you're not entirely sure if it's getting it, but maybe when you go to try to teach it Morse code again, you'll understand how much progress you've made.
Aye.
So you're doing that while you're walking, and we'll say that... Let me see. Let me make a roll here.
Oh, and along the way, I just like to look for any like berries or any kind of grains or anything.
Sure, you can make a survival check to see if you find anything. You find a little bit, but not too much. It seems like some wild berries of some sort. You're not entirely sure what they are.
Is it okay if I make a survival check too? I'm not very good at them, but...
Sure, you can make it with advantage because you're relatively familiar with the area. So you can make. You can roll again.
Okay. Hey, that's great.
Yeah. So these seem to be berries that are related to the coffee beans that you've made before. So they are very. It seems like the trees and things that you used to harvest coffee from, it seems like now they've evolved into some sort of bush-like plant, and they have berries on them that are about this big, and when you like open up the berry, there's a seed inside, and that's what you would use for the coffee beans.
Could they be used? Does it look like they could be used as a source of food as well?
Yes, you can eat the berry. So you can eat the berry as food, and the pit inside can be used as coffee.
Okay, I immediately go to Jowler. Not Jowler. What the hell am I thinking? Jaden. Okay, Jaden, these and I show him the seeds. These are multi-purpose seeds. We need to harvest a lot of these on our way back.
Can they be planted?
Yes.
Yes,
I
the
pocket
pits
the
can be
seed.
planted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just about to say. And then it can also be, it's a good source of food, and it can give you a little surge of energy in the morning when you wake up and you're feeling really groggy.
So you
I
found
think it's
the
called
equivalent.
caffeine. Yeah.
So you found your coffee equivalent thing. It grows on like a big bush, and they have like little red berries on them. So you'll know what to look for next time.
I give him the berry part to see how it tastes. Because I'm a war for it. Well, I can eat, but I'm not sure if I can taste.
Yeah, you can. I'll say that you can taste.
Okay, I'm gonna eat it and see how it tastes. Does it taste bitter, bad?
Yeah, it tastes a bit sour, like a mix between coffee and lemon almost. So it's like a very bitter, very sour tasting thing, but in a pinch you could eat them and they'll
I
keep you
look at Jaden. Never mind the food.
alive.
I wonder how the leaves taste. I start eating the leaves.
They don't taste good at all. They just taste like foliage.
Well, I mean, some people might like foliage.
Well, if you're up for it, but
I mean,
they don't.
could it taste good mixed in with anything like seasonings and stuff? Like her.
Well, if you like salads made of random like grass and things, then it might be good. But
Also, okay.
I kind of look at the guys and like saying, I mean, we are having a food situation, but these taste terrible. As I put another handful of leaves in my mouth.
Yeah, I was about to pull out a book from my bag. I also almost forgot about this. I found it at the encampment that we fought the Ankegs and the Tabaxi at. And I had it to Jane. Or, yeah, whoever's closest.
we'll say Jaden is closest.
Yeah, and I don't understand it. I don't think it's in any language I speak.
I'll
I
look
look
for-
over Jaden's shoulder, which is probably really easy for me to do, and to see what language, if I speak any of those languages.
No, you don't understand the language. Nobody in this party has that language.
Are you
For
sure?
once, I don't.
Okay.
Yes, I
This
don't
time-
get it. It's a strange
Nobody-
language. I feel like the orb all of a sudden.
Yeah, it has strange characters in it that you've never seen before. So you
Huh.
don't even understand like the lettering. The alphabet seems completely foreign to you.
This looks strange.
Is
I
it
don't
okay
know.
if I brawl this? I'm trying to see if I can piece together anything. I'm pretty good at self-teaching myself languages.
Yeah, I have no use for the book. I don't understand it, so.
Go ahead.
All right. I'll take the book and see when we get back if I can start getting some scholars or people around to try and figure out what it's about.
Alrighty, fair enough. So
I had it down as an identified book.
So, quick question. Does it feel evil or good or anything like, does it have an essence about it, or is it just a book?
Alright, we'll make an Arcana check.
All right. I don't know. It's just a normal book to me.
Yeah, it looks like a normal book, although you aren't sure 100%, but it looks like a normal book.
Anyone here good at detecting magic and stuff?
Oh, yeah. If we sit down for 10 minutes, then yeah.
Sure. Do you want to sit down for 10 minutes, Jaden, and take a little break? In fact, maybe we've
Yep.
been walking for a couple hours, so. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need the break. I can go for a while.
Use identify on the book.
All right. So you take 10 minutes. You sit down with the book. Look it over on the top of the cover. It's very plain leather-bound book. And after the 10 minutes, you discover that it has no magical properties whatsoever.
Okay. So, doesn't seem magical in any way.
Just a book?
I think the only
All right.
special thing about it is it can transport you to anywhere you want to go, or to where the pages take you.
That sounds awesome.
All
Did
right.
you just watch Beauty and the Beast?
Alrighty.
Reading Rainbow.
Okay, so moving on. You guys continue on. Of course, he's still trying to teach it, but he hasn't made too much progress yet compared to where he was.
Should I be rolling like intelligent rolls or charisma rolls to teach it?
I'm
Or do
gonna
you-
say for this, it's mostly the time-consuming aspect.
All
I'll
right.
just say that you keep trying over and over, so it wouldn't.
Until I succeed. Okay.
Yeah. So it would just be time-consuming. That's all. So you guys reach the near where the shadow wall is, and the wolf sits and waits. It seems like it's waiting for something. And the part of the wall that you destroyed before seems like it's remained destroyed. It's not regenerating or anything. There's no creatures around that area either, which is strange.
I'm gonna try make a perception check and make sure and check the perimeters.
Yeah,
Sure
I'll help
thing.
him with that.
Sure thing. Go ahead. Anybody who wants to look can go ahead and look.
I'm gonna
24.
persuade my nearby area.
You did a terrible job at it.
Alrighty. So, that seems to be good enough. I suppose Jaden doesn't need to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay back. I'm not very
If we
stealthy.
see anything, if Ryan sees anything, he's just gonna start screaming, "Hey guys, there's something over here!"
Alrighty. So, you guys you both look around, and you're both taking in pretty much the exact same thing based on those rolls. So, you guys are looking back and forth, and it just seems like there's no creatures nearby. It's oddly strange. There's not even like unshadowfied creatures nearby. There's just the wolf.
I'll approach it.
It's kind of. Sorry
It's
about
kind
the
of-
train. It's kind of like it's too quiet.
That's fine. Anyway, so
I will keep my
You-
eyes out and try and find a good place to kind of, just in case we are attacked or something, where I can kind of have a good place to snipe.
sure thing. I'll say that you're hiding in a bush nearby. This area, they fought in it before, and there's bushes nearby. I've already established, so you can just be hiding in one of those.
All right.
So, let me see. So as you approach the wolf, it's facing away from you at this point, and it's just sitting looking towards where the bubble creature is. And as you approach it, I'm going to get you to make an investigation check of the area near it before you fully approach. Okay, wonderful. So you see that it seems to be sitting in front of some of that, the herbs that you were smoking before. There's just a little pile sitting in front of it, and it's just looking towards where that bubble creature is that you guys went through before.
So I'm gonna ask it. Do you speak anything?
It doesn't whisper.
Quiet enough so nobody else would hear it.
All right, fair enough. I'll just say that you're able to do that, and It just continues looking forward. It doesn't respond or move or anything.
Have you been eating those herbs? And I pick up some of the herbs.
As you go to pick up the herbs, it watches you. So it seems to. That's the only thing that it seems to have responded to so far. So it watched you take them, and now it's looking up at you
Quickly,
expectantly.
quickly, everyone, start eating the herbs.
I put some herbs in my hand and I hand it to him if he wants them.
The wolf. You want to give it to the wolf?
Yeah.
The wolf doesn't respond. It doesn't open its mouth or anything.
I'm going to come out of my bush, seeing what Howler is trying to do. Passive perception of 20 is all I have to say in that case. And walk up, and I'm going to try and I'm just going to start kind of rage picking some herbs and kind of examining them and seeing if I recognize them. And seeing also if the wolf reacts to me doing this.
It doesn't seem interested in you at all. And when you examine the herbs, they don't look like the herbs that it has, so they don't look like the same thing.
All right.
So.
Do I recognize from my time? Are these been here for a while, or are they new?
These herbs, they seem to be like just regular, like foliage type herbs. They're not really anything special.
Okay, I eat them.
They don't hurt you in any way. They're not poisonous, so. But they don't taste good either.
I'm resistant to poison, so that doesn't really concern me.
But either way, they don't taste good. They're not beneficial or anything.
Guys, these things suck.
So Howler,
and then I actually look at Howler real quickly and say, by the way, man, if you're trying to experiment with eating and seeing if stuff is poisonous, I'm a great test subject.
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. Maybe if we let the wolf in through the portal, I'll come to the other one, if we can open it. Because we can get back, right?
At this point, you think you would be able to go through and get back if you wished.
So, Jaden, could you open the creature?
Can I ask, what type of spell does it have to be? Can it be one of the really low-level ones?
I don't think it needs to be a spell, but it helps increase the strength of the orb.
Oh.
Just need to ask it.
Can I throw guidance into it?
You can try that if you want to give it to him, Jaden.
Yeah. Oh, what? No, the orb. I thought he had the orb. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, he does. He does have the orb.
Yeah, that's right. And I ask the orb, can I cast guidance into you and this will work?
It seems to stay stagnant for a second, as if it's trying to figure out what you mean, and then after a couple seconds, it flashes once. For yes.
All right. I'm going to do whatever it is. What do I do, guys? Do I just place it on the...
Gotta ask the orb to help us get through the wall.
Can you help me get through the wall?
Help
us get through the wall?
Yeah, so you have to approach the wall first. I would assume that you're approached.
Okay, I approach the wall. Yeah, I'm approaching the wall.
Alright, so then you ask it if it will aid you. So, as you've done already. So, you ask it, and then as you do, you begin to cast this spell that seems innate, part of your nature, that helps you guide people or yourself to an answer or anything else. And you just concentrate on the orb, and the orb seems to, as it starts to grow the spherical nature as you've seen it before, like to open up the hole, but then it begins to become more focused, and it only, like a small bit of the sphere is still around it, but then it becomes like a beam almost, and then when it hits hits the bubble creature, then it expands into a sphere, so that way it opens like a door. And you hear the loud cry of this bubble-like creature.
Well, they know we're here now.
Is the wolf moving at all? I tell it to move through if that's what it wants, if that's where it wants to lead us.
It doesn't seem to have moved.
Huh.
Seems like it wants you to do something with these herbs that it found.
Okay. Do
shoot
I
the
still
herb.
have the hookah on me?
The hookah is quite cumbersome, but you can still have it on you if you brought it with you.
Okay.
Bro, just put it in my chest. When I open my chest.
It's a big thing like this. This is where you put the stuff in, and then it comes up to a point like this, and it has like multiple spouts on it.
I'll sit down
my
next.
gun. I can fit my gun arm into my chest. I'm pretty sure I can fit a hookah.
Yeah, that's fine. He has it. It's fine. So you can sit down with it if you want.
I'll sit down next to the wolf and I'll take it out and I'll take the herbs.
And strangely enough, the wolf approaches this hookah thing that you just took out, and it has multiple spigots on it, and it nuzzles one of the spigots until it unhooks, and then it takes the spigot in its mouth. So when you're both sort of smoking this thing at the same time.
A stoner wolf.
So it begins to smoke the stuff, and as you both are smoking the stuff, give me a perception, Howler.
Perception.
Anybody who's watching this can get a perception, but it's
I'm
specifically
watching.
for Howler.
I'm intensely watching.
Okay, so you can do it too, but
I mean, who wouldn't watch a smoking wolf?
I was just about to say, if anything, I'm debating whether I should join them.
All right. So Howler, you don't notice the thing that is going to be happening, but Thrain, you do notice that the wolf doesn't seem to be sucking in. It seems to be blowing into the spigot, and there's like this black substance that's going into the spigot. You're not sure what it is, but it's see-through.
Okay, I'm gonna say to Howler. Then I think, nah, I'll let this play out. This might be interesting. And then I go back to my bush and begin watching.
All right, so it goes into the Thrain, and you see this, but nobody else does because they didn't get high enough. And the black substance seems to go back up into Howler's spigot, and when he sucks on it, then the black substance goes into Howler, and Howler passes out. So Howler, all you see is black at the moment, and everybody else, you just see him fall to the backwards, and the wolf just sits there, as if it's waiting for something.
I call out to Jaden. Was that a bad thing? Should I shoot the wolf?
I'll run up to Howler and see if he's still breathing.
Yes, he is still breathing. You can tell that that's apparent. He's still got breath falls, and the wolf is just sitting there as if nothing's happening, like he's just sitting there looking at Hal.
Okay. Did you see what happened?
We'll let this play out a little bit, and then we'll go to Howler.
I was just gonna say I walk out of the bush and tell Jaden what I saw. Yeah. When Jay Howler was sucking in, the dog was giving him black juice. It looked like.
Do you have the orb? Can check and see if it's anything bad.
Oh yeah, I pull out the orb. Is Howler in trouble? Should we kill the wolf?
The orb, you put it next to Howler, I would assume, since he's the one.
I put it on his. I set it on his chest.
Okay, fair enough. It seems to pause for a moment, as if it seems like since you've been getting to know it a little bit, it pauses when it's pondering or trying to figure something out. So it seems like it's just sitting there trying to figure out what's going on in this situation. And it answers your question with 2 flashes, so no. It doesn't seem like anything bad. It's not something bad that it can deal with, at least.
All right.
It's saying no, not to kill the wolf as well.
Okay. I put the orb in my pocket. I'm gonna go take a hit off the hookah.
All right, so you get the similar effect that you had last time, but since you can't sleep, it doesn't affect you the same way. Like you can't have dreams.
All
or
right.
those sorts of things. So
And
it might not give you those negative.
There's another train. Sorry guys.
But that's all right. So you won't get those dreams like Howler said that he had. So
all right.
So we'll move to Howler at this point. Howler, you begin to see that wolf that you saw before sitting on the floating platform, and it's still looks like it's chewing something, but it's not chewing the same thing that you saw before. And it seems to be sitting on a floating platform, and it says, like, it howls again, and it seems to be like words are coming out of its howl, and it says, "Come to me." And you see that it is on a floating platform that's high above some sort of substance, like a flat surface almost, with like little ripples in it. And the surface below is it reflects the light that is coming from sourceless light, and it's reflecting off of its. Sorry?
What do I have on me?
You look down at yourself and you don't see anything.
Like I don't even see myself?
Yeah, you don't even see yourself. It's as if you're looking through something that has nothing below it.
I'm attempting to fly towards the wolf then.
All right. So you sort of focus on trying to get closer to it, and it feels like you're moving, but it also looks like you're not getting any closer to it.
I'll try to move on the ground.
So you try to head towards that shiny surface below?
Yeah, where I can get closer to the wolf.
Well, the wolf is on this floating platform, and when you try to head towards the floating platform, like, it looks like you're this close to it, and then when you try to get closer to it, then it feels like you're moving, but it's not getting any closer. So when you try to approach it, it doesn't appear to be getting any closer.
I'll shout out to the wolf. Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't howl again. It just sits there, and it just seems to be looking around and looking back at you. Seems as if it's trying to hint towards something, but it's being very vague. It's not trying to give the answers to you specifically.
Can I make an investigation check or something to see if there's a way up?
Sure, you can make an investigation check. This is what those things are for, to see if you can find anything.
With advantage, with luck.
Sure. All right. So with a 21, you see, you notice that the floating platform seems to be like on the bottom. It comes to a point, almost as if it's like a reverse crater almost, and it's coming up off the ground, sort of thing. So like if it looks like it came out of the ground almost, and like comes to a point at the bottom. And the platform seems quite huge, but your perspective, it seems sort of warped, as if you can see more things than you should be able to, and less things in certain instances. And you can see that the platform is quite huge, almost as big as a continent. And as you're looking down, you sort of notice that the reflective surface below seems to be like an ocean, perhaps, because it's moving like water.
I'll head down to it.
So you're going down to the water?
Yeah, if I put my feet in, is it water?
So you begin to start moving down towards this water, and you notice that now the wolf is actually moving further away, and you're moving down, and your perspective is moving down towards this reflective surface. And yes, it does in fact look like water, although it's unusually black. So the water is black, but this reflective light seems to be reflecting off of it. And you can see that, yes, it is water.
Too bad your test subject isn't here.
So, yes, it looks like an ocean of some sort.
Okay. Yeah. Is there any way to climb like the hilltop or the thing going up?
So you want to try to get onto the platform where the wolf is?
Yeah, by climbing.
All right, let me see. The platform is in the air, so you can try to move closer to the bottom of the platform. You seem to be
Is there
flying
anything I
at the
could
moment.
climb? Is there anything I could climb and maybe jump from?
In the ocean? No, there's nothing nearby in the ocean-like surface. It's huge and expansive. You're just floating in the middle of this water. You don't see any land nearby.
Okay.
Other than this floating platform, of course.
I guess I'll go under the platform and I'll swim downwards.
All right. Let me see. Okay, so you go right underneath I'll say that you're right underneath like the pointed spiral that's underneath the platform. And you dive down into the water. And as you do, it seems like you're in water and you're swimming, although you can't see your limbs, sort of thing. And you're just sort of moving at a swimming speed. And you feel the resistance coming against you as if it's water. And then suddenly there's no water and you're just floating back in the air, and suddenly you're above the platform again. It seems as if you've reached the outer limits of this vision.
He's reached the end of the world.
Yeah, so it seems to have reset you above the platform.
So if I'm above the platform, I can jump down to it, right?
You can try to like fly down to it.
I'll attempt to do that.
All right. Let me see. So when you you try to get onto the platform, but if you try to, it seems like if you try to go towards the wolf, it won't let you. Like you're hitting an invisible wall almost. And then so you sort of try to go around the wolf, and then you land down onto the platform. And on the platform, you see, let me see, you just see the flatness of the platform, and you see the wolf just sitting there next to the edge, and it seems to have followed you, like where your perspective is coming from, and it's just looking at you. And let me see. Now that you're on the platform, though, you look above and you see a floating cloud. It almost looks like a solid mass, except it looks almost exactly like a cloud. And it comes down towards the side of the platform, and it just sits there. And the wolf seems to be looking towards it now.
I'll walk on the cloud then, I suppose. Is it
Right,
walkable, or do I fall through when I step?
You approach it. You approach it, and you seem to be on something. You're not falling through or anything.
Okay, I'll head up to it then.
All right, so you go onto the cloud. The wolf climbs up onto the cloud, and it says, it howls again, and it says, "This is where I am."
In a cloud?
It doesn't answer your question.
You could have been a bit more specific.
It's a god.
It's a pretty large sky out there.
It's being very unspecific, and it seems like it's being so for a reason, but you have no idea what that reason is.
Okay. So I guess I'll head out now. Can you show me the exit?
As you say, I'll assume that you say that just because
Yeah.
it works out well, and it sort of just looks at you, and then your eyes begin to, like, your vision begins to fade a little bit, and then suddenly you feel like you're laying on the ground, but your eyes are closed.
Okay. I'll open the eyes if possible.
All right, so Jaden and Thranen, you see him open his eyes. Your eyes are a bit heavy though, Howler. It seems like something happened to you, and the wolf is just standing over you.
It's
Looking
called a
at you.
hangover.
No, it's not that.
So you guys see him
I
waking.
What'd you dream this time?
You know, there was a big wolf. He was living on a cloud. I think we should free him. That's all I know.
I ask the orb, is the wolf powerful?
It pauses for a moment, like it did before.
And I go over to the wolf and put it on the wolf's snout. The orb.
It pauses for a second, and then it flashes 3 times. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe
Guys,
that's what it means.
for my adventures, whenever something is a maybe powerful, it is always powerful.
So the wolf is just sitting there looking at Howler expectantly. It seems like
Even though I have my hand on its head.
Yeah, it seems like it's trying to ignore you, and it's trying to look for Howler, as if it's expecting something.
I asked the wolf, can you fly?
It doesn't respond. It just
Okay.
keeps looking at you.
I thought so. It was worth a shot. So, anyways, where should we all head off to now?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to ask more detail about your dreams. Anything you can tell us. I'm kind of curious.
Oh, yeah. It's in a cloud somewhere above an ocean. There's something I got to do there, but
possibly the astral sea.
I don't really have a direction, so I'm not quite sure where to go.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if I have heard of in myths a dimension that sounds like what he's describing?
I'm gonna get both you and Jaden in a second to make a history check. But
in a second,
first,
okay.
I'm gonna ask Howler. Do you want me to remind you of your first dream, or do you not want to tell them?
Oh, do you mean the dream I had before this, or do you mean the first?
Yeah, the first dream of this, the first bad dream from this drug. Do you want me to just tell them, or do you want to keep that a secret?
No, you can just tell them.
Okay, so he describes that in the first dream that he had, the first one that he had before that even was a happy dream with a wolf, and it turned into a horse, and he went through a field and all this stuff. And then he describes in this other dream that he had that he was unequipped of armor or any clothing or anything, and these wolves were surrounding him, and they attacked him and tore him apart. And then suddenly he was floating in this same abyss that he's describing, and he was looking at a wolf that was eating him, like he recognized his own arm being devoured into the wolf's mouth. And then he felt like he was just staring at this wolf for a long time, and it said, "Come to me." And then he had this dream after this wolf just interacted with him.
Okay, first off, Howler, when something is shown is tearing you limb from limb and is eating you and says, "Come to me," I'm not sure how good of an idea it is for me to follow.
I mean, I'm
All right.
sure we'll be able to kill it if it should come to that.
All right, so the
I
first
don't know. The orb said maybe. That worries me.
Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna get you guys, both you and Jaden, to do, since Howler has no idea what this means, I'm gonna get you both to make history checks. All right.
Dang it.
Okay, so Jaden, you just barely made it over. So here's what you get. The place that he seems to be describing, you've heard of it in tales and bards tell of it. It's an actual place on this plane of existence. It's, let me see. It's a place called the Cloud-Filled Train, and it's a large floating platform that's above the sea. And there are clouds that people can supposedly walk on, but you've never been there.
Which sea?
The Windy Sea.
Oh, the one to the right or
Yeah.
the east.
Yep. So it
Guys,
seems to
which
be
way is this sea? To the right.
It's in
Yeah.
the Windy Sea on the east of the map.
Yeah. So that seems to be the, and he seemed to be, the way Howler was describing it, you see that little thing that looks like a finger maybe on the top of it? It seems like that's where the wolf was sitting. On the top of the cloud-filled train, there's a little lip. I'll throw it up on the video if I can. I was trying this.
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah,
I
share.
see it.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, so right here, where my mouse is, if you can see it, this little thing up at the top, that's what I'm talking about. So,
Well, guys, I think we know where we're heading.
I mean, do any one of you know how to fly? Because I don't, and the wolf doesn't.
I don't.
We can figure something out.
well,
I mean, my god is a dragon. Maybe he
I
can
mean,
let
we
us
really
fly.
should find him now. Maybe he knows how to fly now.
Yeah.
okay. So the first
Actually,
thing I'm gonna
that's kind
say.
of an interesting idea.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna say is you, Howler and Jaden, Thrain and you don't know anything about this because you weren't around for this. You do know that there are things that can fly. There's ships that can fly. They're called airships, of course. And they were just recently innovated into existence within the past 100 or so years. They have like large magical rocks that ride the like the magical veins of the world. So the rocks can hook onto them almost like cable cars, and they ride them, and they have minimal like steering too as well, but they're more like gliders if you do it that way. And you might have a hard time getting them back onto the magical ley line rails, but those things do exist, so that might be an option. But you would have to get out there and find one, of course.
Also, I say, but Jaden, you wanted to head towards Giao, am I right?
That'd be preferable, but
I also
there's a
think
lot
we
of
should
people
head
that
that
need
way.
our help. Not sure if I should put my own wants in front of all of theirs.
I know nothing about the world, so I could go either way.
I mean, I'm putting my needs first when I say we should head towards Giao. So I'm up for that first. I mean, I don't know how to fly anyway, so if we find a way along moving to Geo, we can head to the clouds later.
Yeah, that's true.
I just want to say though, there are several. That would mean instead of one sea being and the sea and the air being in our way, there would be a land bridge, 2 seas, and the sky in our way still. So, I mean, it might be best if we just head to the. I don't know. I don't know. This seems like it could be important.
From what they know that there are airships, and you would have to find one. So the most likely places for in a crisis, the airships wouldn't be flying. So perhaps they might be in a large city, which is what they're describing that they want to go towards.
Would Plaza del Montagna have airships?
Yeah, Palazzo della Montagna would have airships.
Yeah.
Where is that on the map? I'm trying to see that.
It's under Geo.
Yeah. Oh, I see it. I kind of start just going into pondering mode. I go and pull out the orb. Is this a good idea?
It flashes 3 times. It doesn't count.
You know what? You know what, guys? The world is dying. We don't have much time. Let's go to the we know there's airships in what was that city called again?
Plaza della Montagna.
Well, let's head there because we know we'll head to your city and then to there because we know, etc. I don't need to go into more if we just already explained that.
All right. So just so you know, you are on the edge of the wall, the shadow wall that's leading towards Kanata village.
That's what I figured.
You would have either way. You would have to travel back, sort of go westward in order to get to this part of the wall that you would want to go through anyway. So that would take some time anyway. So you can either go back to the temple, or you can just head straight there if you wish.
I say first, we should, just because we're here, we should attack this part of the wall, this one of these sections of walls, and then maybe that'll divert attention from somewhere else that we might have to go.
I mean, sure. Let's go hit the wall.
That could be a plan. Another thing is that could be a plan. Maybe the temple knows more about this wolf. I mean, they seem like intelligent people. My cult people. I'm intelligent.
I guess I haven't even realized those people are still alive.
Yeah, they were alive and we woke them up, and now they're gonna help us out. They're kind of a little arrogant to the other races, but they're fine with me and Jaden.
If you want, I can give you a hint that you guys have been obviously missing. If you like. It's up to you.
I think I know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
Everybody else okay with me just giving a hint?
About the dragon?
Sure, why not?
Alright. So, Howler used a drug to obtain a dream that seems to want to lead him somewhere. There are people who use this drug all the time. Perhaps they would have some information for you.
I was just about to say thinking. I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I was like, why don't we go either to the village and ask them, or go to the temple and see if they know anything?
I mean, we could also...
That was what I was just about to suggest, but the other thing I was just about to suggest. Or we could just blindly wander off. Actually, you know what? This is D&D. Let's blindly wander off.
So, I've given my hint, so you can do what you wish.
By hint, he means directly telling us what we need to do, actually.
Well, you don't have to get information. You can just do whatever you want. But if you want information, you can go get the information.
Yes. So what do we do, guys?
To the elemental clash of heat and cold.
Yeah,
Yay!
to Gaia.
All right. So let me see.
We're going blind.
All right. So if that's your decision, I'll give you a little bit longer to make a decision while I'm looking up some stuff to make sure.
But I say we should attack the wall just so that we divert some attention, just in case.
I agree with that too.
And there's like no monsters around, so
Yep.
Pause. If there are no monsters around right now, but if we attack the wall, wouldn't that bring monsters?
yeah, that's the point. Because we're not going in to the wall through this point. We're going into it through another point. If we're going to Gaia.
Oh, to get the attention off of us. Okay.
Yeah, attention from over there.
Before we're doing anything, I'm gonna try and get on the wolf.
All right. Make a perception check, actually.
Perception. Yeah, let me just close the map.
All right. You just barely see the wolf has wandered off already. It seems like it got what it wanted.
We figured out where
Okay.
we needed to go.
Oh,
I was hoping to get an animal companion.
And as it's wandering off, you notice that it appears to be slightly slimmer.
okay. Oh wait, if I see it still, then I'll try and catch up with it. Yeah, is it running or walking?
It's just sort of like walking calmly away.
I'll move up quietly.
Great. All right. So you approach the wolf.
I'll try and get on it. Basically, I'll.
At this point, the wolf looks up, and it seemed like it was in a daze almost. And when you try to get on it, it sort of shakes its head and then looks up at you and bares its teeth. It doesn't seem too happy, and it starts trying to knock you off.
Oh no, the wolf's attacking Howler!
Or the other way around.
Wait, I thought we were supposed to.
I'm
I
gonna
thought we
try
were
and calm it by rolling an animal handling.
Sure.
I'm gonna run up and also try and help afterwards. Or get him off the wolf, anyway.
Alright, so with that animal handling, you'll see that the wolf sort of calms down a bit, but it still seems perturbed that you're on top of it. But the main thing that you notice is that it seems to have a different demeanor at this point. It's not as calm as it was before.
Am I there now? Because I said I was running up.
We'll say that you're there.
I pick Howler up and get him off the wolf and walk away.
The wolf just seems perturbed and looks at you guys and then just walks away.
Oh.
It doesn't want you on it.
That's a shame.
But the main thing you noticed, Howler, was that its personality almost changed.
So I know about a wolf god that possesses wolves. That's what I know.
Well,
he lives
apparently
in the
it
clouds.
seems different than it was. That's what you can say for sure.
Are we sure we don't want to get information, guys?
From who?
The cat people are the ones that smoke this stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
The cat people, or was it the lemur people? I don't remember.
Cat people.
The tabaxi.
Okay.
But I'm fine with not following the clouds anyway. I mean, who here can fly? What do you think, Jaden?
Yeah, I'll go with whatever you want.
All right, so we got two things here.
Anonymous vote.
All right, so
Okay.
We'll say that since there isn't a unanimous decision, the two people who disagree, you get to roll a d20, and whoever gets the highest wins. It's as simple as that.
Okay, I'm just throwing out there that information might be a good idea, but I will do what you guys want to do.
I still say that you guys should roll to see who wins, and then
All right.
you guys can just
I'll roll for heading to Gao. Nope. Oh yeah, I rolled later.
All right, so
Is
you
that a
guys
D20?
heading
Yes.
straight
Okay.
there.
You convinced me. Well, let's go in blind. Let's go to.
Alrighty. So, do you wish to attack the wall first? I heard that.
Yeah, I still want to do that. What about you, Jaden?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, fair enough. So you're where you're currently standing is in the 100-meter section that is between the wall and the bubble creatures. So, however you want to do this.
The sides of it.
I just start shooting a random part of the wall.
Alright,
Yeah.
roll for an attack.
A giant wall. How could I possibly miss? I mean, I could miss fire, so.
Just watch out for
Go
the
ahead.
wall tentacle.
Oh, that's
Alright.
a terrible shot.
Yeah, but it still hits because its AC is 8. So that still hits.
Oh, I have
Alright,
two
so
shots now, actually. Yay. Wow, the same exact thing. Huh.
I mean, technically, there's an enemy within 5 feet of the wall.
well, if you guys are slashing it, yes, there would be.
I think we're all shooting it, though, so.
Jaden is
I'm
melee.
going up.
Yeah, Jaden is hitting it with his long sword.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought that
one-handed.
said long bow.
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you get. So let me see. Let me just
20
count up.
damage on mine.
So.
He would get 3d8. I mean 3d6. I'm pretty sure.
Alright. Just 1 second. Whoops. How did that happen? Okay. Just another second. There we go. So that's a total of 66 damage in one turn, if I calculated that correctly. Yeah. All right. Whoops. There we go. So you guys attack the wall, and oddly enough, it doesn't seem to react. The tentacle on top is not even, it doesn't even look like there's a tentacle on top anymore.
Is it hurting the wall?
Yeah, there's still chunks and stuff coming out of it, but it doesn't seem to be reacting to you at all.
Okay. Do we go
Just
for
keep
another
it
round?
Fire again.
You guys can attack it again if you wish. Alright, so as
Yep.
long as you get an 8, you hit.
Good to know. I need to get back over to my computer.
3 ones on my sneak attack.
Alright.
And that's what I can fix.
Alright.
Ooh, that was a good shot right there.
So
20 damage.
you hit it again, and it carves a huge hole in it, but it still doesn't seem to be reacting at all.
Fire again.
We'll be here all day.
Alright. There we go. Yeah, a huge hole is now carved through it. It's even bigger now, and the wall, that 30-foot section of wall, collapses. But the tentacle isn't there. And it just starts fizzling and goes away.
Cool.
Oh yeah,
Right.
does anyone of you remember
still
what happened
attack?
to that succubus?
It's back at camp. Uh,
Oh, okay.
he joined
Oh.
the.
He's joining the scouts and hanging out with the scouts, and then periodically helping me teach the orb Morse code.
Okay. I was just wondering, I haven't seen it.
By the way, I've kind of ended up befriending both a gnome and now a succubus. That's like escalated quickly.
Yeah, and as they're talking about it, you guys remember that it was in jail when you guys got back. And Jaden tried to reassure everyone that it meant no harm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't there last time, that's why he doesn't know.
Yeah.
So apparently the people were afraid of it and put it in jail. So, but now it's free again. Alright, so that section of wall, another 30-foot section of wall, is destroyed.
Do we want to destroy another 30-foot section of the wall? That was only 18 seconds.
I mean, why don't we spend like an hour here, see how far we get?
Yeah, seriously.
If you
We
guys
spend
want
an
to.
hour.
Let's do it, yeah. Just firing and barraging the wall.
The only thing that I'm going to caution you is that if Thranen keeps firing, he's going to run out of ammo.
That is true.
Point.
Do you have any other weapons?
Yeah, I have a rapier. It's just nowhere near as damaging.
So if you're going to take that long, you can go ahead.
I'll watch for. We'll also watch for monsters that approach.
Yeah, if we see anything out of the ordinary, then
And run for your life.
Well, of course, if a horde of monsters comes,
For
then
a fact,
I'll warn
actually, I'm going to switch from bad news, and I'm going to start using my rapier. So
yeah, good point, because, like I said, you
pardon me,
run out of ammo.
foreboding news, yeah. At least until I can make more ammo.
Alright, fair enough. Let me see. So, yeah, let me see. I'm just going to do some calculations to see how much you get done. So it'll take me a second. Right, times 60. Just gonna make sure that I get this right. Times, yeah, times, oops, that's not what I want. Okay. Times 60. So what I'm gonna say is, in that time, in an hour, you managed to destroy. It doesn't seem to be fighting back, so I'll give you periodic updates. So in the first 15 minutes, you destroy. Let me just double check. Alright, so you destroy 50 sections of wall in the first 15 minutes, and it doesn't seem to be reacting.
Okay, guys. And how many feet is a section?
That's 30 feet each section, so you can move far enough to get to the next one.
Guys. I think we're good. I mean,
so
I'm hardly exhausted. Destroying giant great walls is nothing for me. How are you guys doing?
It's almost a fourth of a mile that we got rid of. So
I mean,
that's
it was a bit.
That was like a huge amount. I think
yeah,
we're good.
because you destroy one every 18 seconds, and if you expand that out to an hour, that's 50 in 15 minutes.
I'm guessing after like 15 minutes, we're getting tired though.
You're
Well,
you're starting to feel.
Do you want us to roll con saves? I mean, because I'm a Warforged, I'm not sure. I could probably go for years.
I'll say that in 15 minutes you're fine, but if you go the whole hour, you might get an exhaustion point or something like that. But
all I want to know is how people were having a hard time destroying this thing. Was there something to it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a bit more exciting last time when they had monsters and stuff.
I go over and examine what it's made out of.
It seems to be made out of this black, goopy, inky substance, and when it's destroyed, it starts to you start seeing vapors like a hot street sort of vapors, and eventually the black stuff goes away.
I was going to ask if I could like just throw some and try and keep it in my chest or other compartments in the body.
I'll say that you have an empty vial with you. That's easy enough. And you put it in and you put the cork on top of the bottle, and after a couple seconds it goes away.
Is there any still left? I'm going to try one more time, and this time I'm going to drink it.
Alright, so you try to pick it up and put it in the bottle and
one last
drink
time,
it.
and yeah.
And when you do, when it gets into your mouth, it starts tasting awful, but then eventually it just evaporates. It's gone completely. There's nothing left to swallow.
I'm still kind of thinking. This is confusing me. Let's go.
Okay. Should we go back to the temple real quick and tell people what we're doing, and that will be gone for a while?
Well, I mean, if we're going back to the town, we may as well stop by the Bahatsky and ask them some questions.
We could do that.
I mean, but we're not going there anyway. We can rather just go there when we're headed to the cloud.
It's up to you.
I say we just go. The town will figure out that we're gone.
That's true.
Think we're dead.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll have a pleasant surprise at some point.
Yeah, it's just like what happened last time you guys returned.
I'm gonna look
thought you were dead.
I'd like to look for the see if I see any sign of the necromancer's little hand minion thing.
Okay, you can definitely do that. I'll get you to make an investigation of the immediate area, which is where we're normally.
And by the way, is there still no sign of monsters or anything?
There's no sign of enemies at all.
If you tell
guys,
me about
okay, at this point, I was just about to say, at this point, guys, this is incredibly weird that there's nothing. Look at how much of the enemy base we destroyed, and we're not being attacked at all. I mean, it's not a base, but still it's an enemy structure.
Yeah.
The darkness knows they messed with the wrong people.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure this type of evil does not think of us like that.
We'll see.
Okay, so first I'm going to deal with Jaden's investigation. You look around in the nearby bushes and everything, but from your previous encounter with the necromancer's crawling claw, I think it's called, it's a hand. It's a disembodied hand, either way, with eyeballs on top of it. I think it's just called
a crawling hand.
It's a monster in the monster manual. It has a specific name, but I'll get that later. Either way, you don't see it, and from your previous interactions, you think that you may have been a little bit too noisy, and the hand usually retreated when you tried to look at it. So maybe it just darted off somewhere if it's nearby.
Okay, so I'm gonna yell out, Mr. Necromancer, we're gonna be going to the southeast. We might not be back for a long time. Tell the village, tell the camp.
All right. So you don't see the hand, but perhaps the hand received the message.
Yeah.
Wait, guys, shouldn't we bring them back the seeds we found?
Seeds? What seeds? Oh yeah, those seeds. I mean, you can just eat them.
Okay.
Perhaps someone else will find them. You never know. So
Actually, I keep them to brew them later.
fair enough. So you guys are heading straight over to the west, heading straight west from here.
Yep.
Where you were.
Yep.
All right, fair enough. So you're a little ways away from where you were because you were destroying so many sections of the wall that doesn't seem to be fighting back at the moment. And as you're walking, I'm going to get you all to make just a straight intelligence check.
Hang on, I'm a little ways away from it.
Save or check?
Just a check. So roll d20 with your intelligence modifier. Okay, so we got a 15. Just waiting on Threenen. See what he gets.
Okay. And an intelligence check?
Yeah.
All right. So, Jaden, you're not too familiar with tactics or battle strategy, but you seem to think that it's odd that the tentacles that were on top of the wall before have retracted. And even when you were showing the old man that you guys rescued in the previous session, the high priest, the tentacles were there. They're not there, and they're not attacking you. It doesn't seem like there's any shadow creatures nearby at the moment. Something is very odd, and what you seem to be discerning based on that roll is that perhaps they realize that you have a means of getting through the wall anyway and dealing with it fairly simply, and so they gave up on it. So that's what you've gathered while you're walking along, sort of looking at it.
While we're walking along, can I just drag my short sword in the wall?
Sure, you can do that, and it sort of cuts through, but none of them fall down or anything. It damages them, though. Alright, so...
I'm going to try and rip a large chunk again of the wall and try and eat it. I want to see if this is poisonous. Let it be in my system for a little bit.
As soon as you tear the chunk off and detach it from the wall itself, it begins to do that evaporation, and it doesn't stay long enough for you to eat it.
This wall is so annoying. I just want to bite into it.
And even if you go up and just bite it, it doesn't. As soon as it
goes
starts,
too quick. Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, it wouldn't hit my digestive tract too quick.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be absorbed by me quick enough.
Yeah. So it wouldn't matter either way. All right. So you reach the next part of the wall. It takes you. It's getting later in the day, past noon, of course. Between noon and when it would get dark, normally. And by the time you reach there, Jaden, you said that you were going east, right? Or west, I mean.
Yeah, we're heading towards the elemental clash. Go to the spot where I came in.
I meant
Like-
when you were trying to talk to the disembodied hand, you said that you were
Oh,
which
gotcha.
direction you were going.
Yeah, we'd head towards. See, I just wrote it down. Towards the elemental clash.
Sure. Alrighty.
And then I shout
So-
in, seeing him
Mhm.
randomly shout,
Guy.
yeah, something we need to do that way, I guess. And I kind of just follow.
Yeah, we see in the past we've had people that people from the camp that have listened into our adventures.
And you guys are
So-
okay with that?
Yeah, they seems to be a way to get to messages back to them. So
All right.
that's what I figure.
Alrighty. So when you get close to where that is, and I'm assuming that you're walking on the inside of the wall rather than the outside, but you can be walking on the outside if you wish. Like near where the bubble creatures are, or on the inside of the wall itself. I just want to make sure.
I don't know. I don't have the map up right now.
Oh, so like the shadow wall is here, and then there's a space, and then there's the bubble creatures. So either you're on the inside of the wall, or you're on the outside of the wall next to the bubble creatures, and that's what I'm trying to understand.
I thought we were
Because
going
it's
back.
the only meaningful choice in this instance that will make a difference.
I thought we were heading back towards the forest and gonna cut over to that area.
Okay, so you're going back in the wall.
Back. I don't.
Because
I don't
either way
understand
either way you're in the forest,
right.
right?
Yeah, but
So
like
you're in. So either you're in that 100-foot space between the creatures and the wall, or you're in the circular space that the wall was trying to encompass.
gotcha. Yeah, I think the 10-mile space or whatever. That is not inside of the wall.
Okay,
Right?
so you're on the outside of the
Outside of the
shadow.
wall. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so you're walking along and you're seeing these bubble creatures. They're like side to side. And each one is enormous, like a mile or two wide.
Have you guys tried killing these things yet?
And
Yeah.
I mean, they're also people.
Weapons
Oh.
don't seem to have effect. The only thing that works is that orb to get us through. Then it
I
just
mean, I
goes
could
back
just
up.
spam my cantrip and just spam it into one.
I mean, is there any of? Okay, what?
If we if we can make the same progress that we made on that wall, we could probably destroy 15 of these things.
I mean,
In like-
my weapons didn't work with them.
yeah, what they're describing is when they went to attack it, their weapons would be deflected and it would make like a blubber-like movement, but it was unaffected.
Huh. Can I
Is
see
there
them?
any-
By the way, I can see them, right? The bubble creatures, right?
Yeah, you're walking in that space, so you can see them. They're right beside you.
I'm just there pondering about them, and then I'm listening to what Haller is saying.
Is there any one of those that are not too big, like a bit small?
They all
Medium.
seem to be about equal in size.
I was just thinking we could try and open one up. You have the orb, right?
Aye.
Alright, so he has the orb.
What you thinking, Haller?
Open one up. Let's see what's inside.
I go to the closest one, cantrip it up through the orb.
Alright, so the similar thing happens. The sphere of light goes into a condensed beam and then opens up because of your cantrip. And You look inside, it's just more forest, just like the other one. Although you would have to go in order to...
I
'cause
think
it's
I know what you're
miles.
saying. I think I know what you're saying, Howler. You think there might be people in each one?
Yeah.
What do you think, Jaden?
Yeah. I mean,
Should we go and investigate?
yeah,
That
we
will
could-
take too long.
yeah. We gotta head towards the elemental clash.
Well, that was a waste of 6 seconds. Let's go!
Alright, so you just turn it off and the orb listens to you and you continue on.
Someone on the inside, no, please don't leave us.
Like, there was like they saw the slight chance.
It's miles wide and miles big, so maybe are people in there, but you can't directly see them.
Hang on. Before I close it, I'm gonna shout in. Is there anyone in here?
It echoes a little bit, but you don't hear any response for a minute or two.
Okay, I'm gonna just kinda... I am going to step in for a bit. Hey, it's a cantrip. I can just come out whenever I want. Okay, I'm gonna go into the nearest tree, and carve Freyan was here. No one
Okay.
responded. And then walk back, and then reactivate it and go out. Okay, I left them a message.
Okay. So you guys waited a few minutes as he did that.
I left them a message. No one was answering.
Okay. I'd like to find the spot where I came to the camp from.
Okay. Make a not perception, a survival. Oops. 24. Okay. So yeah, you're decent at tracking. You were a defender of the farm, so you were familiar with like tracking animals vaguely. So you're good at like finding paths and those sorts of things. And you find a semblance of the path. Like you remember that when you came through here, the little girl that was with the Graysons, I think that was their last name.
Yeah.
She tripped and sort of hurt herself near here, and you see like there's still like dried blood on one of the branches. So this is probably the area that you came through.
Okay.
And the area looks familiar with the blood as added evidence.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. I think we found where I came from the elemental clash. So I think we just have to go that way, and I'll point towards the wall.
All right, let's head there.
all right. So
Can we destroy more of the wall, or are we just gonna walk?
Yeah.
So-
We could
They have
destroy
horses.
one section so that people might know which way we headed.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, at the rate we destroyed the rest of that wall, I don't think it'll take much time.
Yeah.
Let's spend the rest of the day chopping at the wall.
See the world 1 hour at a time.
How much we can destroy.
Well, I'll say that you take 18 seconds and destroy at least one section.
There, now they know. Okay. Do they have any horses or anything back at the village?
I don't think so.
No camels, no
there's
nothing?
there's a few, actually. There are a few. It's just that you didn't need them for anything, so they were just using them for like carrying water and those sorts of things.
Okay then. If there are horses, should we take them and hopefully that might speed up our journey?
I mean, I almost had a wolf, so...
Don't look at me. It was going to eat you if I didn't intervene.
Let me just say, metagaming wise, you got a critical on your animal handling, and it still seemed perturbed. So.
Basically, it's like
I'm
how in
allowed to
Pathfinder,
believe whatever I want.
if you basically in Pathfinder, an aggressive animal you couldn't tame, but you could calm it down enough for it to just leave you alone.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
pretty
just
much,
about to say,
pretty much that.
that's pretty much all that was going to happen there.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
pretty
I'm
much all
allowed
that
to
happened.
believe whatever I want.
So you managed to calm it down, and it was allowing you to sit on it, but it wasn't gonna like take you anywhere or anything.
Yeah.
But
Any
either
baby
way,
animals? Any baby animals in the village?
uh, in the
Or in the settlement
refugee
thingy?
camp.
Yeah,
Oh,
whatever it's
okay.
called.
Yeah. There's no. There might there might be a few people who are keeping like small cages at this point. Uh, Jaden has like live traps that they've been catching mice in, that they were catching mice in, and there might be a few small rodents or things like that. But other than that, there's no pets or anything.
Guys, I think food might become a problem in that place.
I think they know that. That's why they started a farm and everything. So
I was just about to say they need to get animals breeding. I like my red meat.
yeah, there's no cows or anything like that there.
That is a problem. I will
Yeah,
keep an
they've been
eye.
hunting.
I will keep an eye out on the journey. If I see a
Yeah,
cow,
they've
I
been
will
hunting.
tame it.
They've been hunting like things like rabbits and ferrets and those sorts of things
Okay.
that live in
Anyway,
the woods.
so which way are we going, Jaden?
This way.
Okay.
I'm not sure that horses would be able to survive the elemental clash.
Would
treacherous as it
we
is.
be able to survive the elemental clash then?
Last time it was tough, but
There
I've seemed to
are
make it.
there are small sections where a horse could get through, and you suspect that they would be able to get through.
Yeah.
But you would have to be careful at certain sections to
Yeah.
get them through.
Don't think I want to put
Okay.
any.
I'm excited. We might die. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey,
All right. So,
I'm not sure. I look at Howler. Hey, Howler. I've never really met a halfling before you. Do you guys get tired quicker than us from running long distances? I mean, you have smaller body strides, so.
I mean, if you're really worried, I could use you as a mount instead of a horse.
No, that's actually what I was going to suggest. You want to ride on my shoulder? Because I
Yes.
have a lot of endurance. Okay, I pick him up and put him on my bigger shoulder.
yeah, he's like
Don't-
7 feet tall. So
Don't you have room in your chest cavity?
no, he doesn't have enough.
Ah,
I have
He
my
has
gun
some.
arm in there. Yeah. Because I
So
put
he
that
has
away
some.
to pull out the rapier.
All right. So let me see. And I found the name of that thing. It's called a crawling claw, is what it's called. It's a disembodied undead hand. And let me see.
It is
Well,
honestly only useful for scouting.
it's a tiny undead, and it has 2 HP. So
Yeah.
it's better in swarms than it would be just one of them. So
I don't know. It's
Yeah, of
really
course,
creepy,
it's-
though.
it's normally better that you have the whole zombie, not just its hand.
but they do have their uses. Like they use them as necromancers use them as servants around like their workstations and things like that to like pick things up and bring them over, that sort of thing.
Remember it.
All
It's
right.
a creepy version of it.
Yeah. Similar. And this particular one has 2 eyeballs tied on the top. So it's particularly gruesome looking. So the reason why I bring this up is because you see, like, as you're about to approach this new creature that's in front of you, you hear like a skittering noise, and you see the hand is approaching you. Your group.
Can't remember if it can communicate or not.
It can write, so it's like a hand of somebody that's controlling it, it seems like, and it can write and things like that. And as it's approaching, you notice that it is holding something.
Okay, I'll look and see what it has.
It has a piece of paper.
Ooh.
So you can take the piece of paper, it's offering it to you.
Yeah. What's on the piece of paper? I'll take
The
it.
piece of paper says, it says in total, if you wish, there are people who would help you if you decide to go in a particular direction, basically. So, like, there are people who would help you if you want to go in a particular different directions. So there are people who are interested in what you're trying to do back at the camp.
Back at the camp. Okay, I'll relay that to the group. What do you guys think? Should we go back to the temple or should we just press on?
I mean, why not? I don't really care. I was just gonna head down to Geo and see how it went.
So we're going back to the refugee camp to go to the temple, right?
Why don't we just leave a note?
Yeah, seriously, why
the
don't we
hand can
just
do
give
it.
a note to the hand?
Yeah.
That way, because, like, I'm thinking in that case, in that case, I'm thinking, because if we go back to the temple, we might as well, and someone's trying to call me.
What was it gonna say? No.
I'll take our.
I'm just kidding.
So what you guys can do is it has a piece of paper.
I just had to hang that up. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? Anyway, if we decide to go back to the refugee camp to go to the temple again on the way, we may as well just stop by the Tabasky.
I mean, that's on all the way other side. I just say we go. We leave a note.
Yeah, I agree with
take
you.
out my
But I'm just
forgery.
saying, if we decide to go to the temple, we may as well also go and talk to the cat people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the crawling claw has the piece of paper, and the back is completely empty. So you can write something on there if you wish.
I also have a forgery kit. I'm gonna try and write in his own signature. If
All right, you
if
can attempt to. It looks very scribbled and messy. So
Yeah.
you can try.
What should I roll?
I'll say that you roll
I
sleight.
have my forgery kit. Maybe.
Does your forgery kit have stats on it?
Yeah. Based
All
on
right,
Dex.
so just roll that.
Not good.
All right, so you write it messily, but it doesn't look exactly the same.
I'll just scratch it and use a new one.
All right, fair enough.
So what are we saying?
Yeah. So what would you like to write specifically?
Maybe be back in like a month or something. What do you want to write? It's up to you.
Okay, so it's up to me. Well, I'll start with greetings, necromancers and other familiar faces. We are headed down to Giao and some other cities. We'll be back at some point. Good luck. Have fun. I'll end it. Do you have anything to add?
Just keep the farm growing.
Keep the farm growing, I say. PS from Jaden.
Yeah.
All right. Anything Thraden would want to put on there?
Nah.
Alrighty. So you.
Well, maybe.
Try and control the racism.
Yeah. I was just about to say, nothing really I can think of. Like, I might later on think of something and I'll be like, shoot, but right now I can't put my finger. I know there's something he would probably want to say.
Train has something he probably wants to say. but he can't remember.
Exactly. Yeah. Frank's
Put
just
that on
sitting
the
there.
note.
I know. Like, yeah. Frank
And I
has
sign
something.
with my
Okay.
name at the bottom.
All
Make
right,
it look
good.
nice and official.
There you go. And the hand is sort of laying on the ground expectingly.
Yeah, I give it to him. Best note ever. Professional
All right.
leaders.
And the way that it carries it is it uses its fingers like this, and it can hold two things in each of its fingers like this, and it walks like this to go. So
Okay.
it'll
Yeah.
walk. That's how it carries things. So it slides the piece of paper between its fingers, and it just walks away.
Cool. All right. To Giao.
Alrighty.
Aye.
So you open up the creature, and we'll take a little break for the moment. I forgot my drink, so if you
Okay.
guys want to
Well,
talk for a little
that.
bit.
I was just gonna say that's kind of did because I kind of need to talk to someone too and kind of take a break too. So.
Alrighty. So
I'll be back in like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes then.
sure thing.
Yeah, so
Cool.
yeah, I'm back too.
Alrighty. Let me see. We just have to wait for one more person. Let me see. That's not what I want. Not what I want again. There we go. Alright. Let me see. Do 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 do.
I'm back.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm here too.
Yes, I was aware that you were. um, let me see. So you guys enter the bubble-like creature. Um, so you continue along. Well, the first day goes by. So it was dark when you first entered, so didn't make it too far into the creature. Fortunately, you've only managed to walk for a couple of hours, and now it's like purely dark. So made it maybe half a mile, maybe. It's dense vegetation and forest. It's kind of hard to get through. So you didn't make it too far.
Yeah.
So you'll have to rest for that day.
I'll take watch since when I rest I'm still aware of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll take watch. I'll find kind of a higher place to perch myself so I can have a wider place where I can scan and then just go up there.
So we'll say that the first day nothing appears. You're still in the forest. Let me check the map again. Okay, so over here. Okay, so that night passes without incident. Luckily. So you continue along, and you're still in the forest for the better part of the first day. And for the whole next day, you'll be in the forest. Needless to say. Let's see. Okay.
Can I make a survival check to see if I can find any seeds along the way?
Sure thing. You can make a couple, actually, if you want to.
There. Probably worse each time.
Well, the first time you managed to find some. So as soon as you manage to get through the bubble creature, maybe 10-15 minutes after you find some.
Alrighty.
More berries, but the other few times, unfortunately, you don't find anything.
I'm gonna pocket those to plant later.
Good idea.
Hopefully there's something edible.
They're the same berries that you found before.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I mean, they taste bad, but at least they're edible.
Yeah. Okay, so for this next day you won't find anything, I'll say. Because the first one will be for the first part, and the second one will be the second part of the day. I'll get everybody to make, at this point, we'll say that this is midday. Get everybody to make a perception check.
My passive perception is 20.
Yes, I'm aware. Alright. We'll just go with Howler since he got
the highest.
critical. Yeah.
Thank you, Howler.
Alright, so Howler, you're sort of leading the way.
Now crit on your sneak attacks.
So you're leading the way, and you're sort of being wary. You haven't seen any shadow creatures yet. So as you're wandering, you're sort of looking up, looking around, and one of the times that you looked up, you notice a figure, looks humanoid, just sort of floating in the air, but it's quite far away. You can sort of make out some of the features. It has hands and feet and things like that, and its head looks from this distance, the head looks like elongated. So like at the chin's here, and the top of the head is way up here somewhere. And you can see like the pinpoint white eyes that these shadow creatures tend to have, and it's just sort of looking down at you.
Does it see us?
It appears to be following you as you're walking.
So it's following us.
Do you point it out to us?
Can I try to split off from the group without being noticed? With a 30.
You can try, and I suppose you succeed with that.
I can't roll that high.
When you guys walk to, like, you see where its line of sight is. So when you guys walk behind like a tree to block its line of sight, you just sort of stay there and the other two keep on going, and we'll say that you sort of signal to them that you're going to do that, and they just keep walking like normal, and you're just not there with them anymore.
I'm gonna. Okay.
Since you pointed it out to them, they're going to look up and see if it's still watching them to see if it will notice you if you walk off. And they seem to signal to you that it's just paying attention to them. It's not looking back where you are. So
I'm gonna use my paralysis potion from the Grell,
sure thing.
and I'm gonna shoot him.
Alright, so he is about 60 feet up, and he is just staying in one position. We'll say that you're close enough to hit him.
So a 24, and that should be a crit as well.
Yep, he doesn't know that you're going to attack him. He needs to make
So-
a con save.
Of 11, that's the DC.
So, let me see here.
And isn't that doubled because of sneak attack? I mean,
It's
because he
28
critty.
total damage.
The DCs for poison, I don't think those
Yeah,
go
they
up.
don't double. If it's damage, then they double.
Oh, I know
It's
the
like-
DC doesn't go up, but the damage, I was just like, doesn't Roll20 have an auto crit calculator thing?
Yeah, it does, but you
28
have to
total.
get a natural in order for it to.
Like, this
Count
is
it.
not natural crit, it's a feature I have from my archetype.
Oh, what is your archetype?
Assassin.
Oh,
All right. So
that's right, because you
and-
crit because it's unaware of you in your first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
And he is using a poison that he got from Grell, which are the brain creatures with the dangly tentacles.
Yeah, I know.
So
Okay.
he's using
I guess
their
it's too late.
poison.
I don't know if it's too late to say, but I would have used a Dark Iron Bolt.
I'll say for this one that you forgot that you had them.
Okay. I'll
Just
remember
for
next
this
time.
one. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Nope, he fails. So you hit him. I'll keep track of that number. Just give me a second here. Just throw 28. Sorry, I put the wrong number. 28. Just throw that on there. Okay, so you hit him, and he didn't expect it at all, and he sort of looks like he's seizing up in the air, and then you just see him fall.
And I tell the others that we should take him down before he wakes up. And if, I guess, initiative, or do we need? I don't know how.
He is paralyzed, so I'll say that the challenge at this point is making sure that you find him. So I'll say a survival check from the guy who has the highest survival to make sure that you head in the right direction.
Who has the highest survival?
I have
Not
5.
me.
I have 5 too.
Okay.
I have 1.
What's your wisdom?
I guess I can team assist. I can assist Jaden.
What's your
in doing it.
wisdom score?
My wisdom is 14.
Okay, so we both have the same.
All right. Well, then we'll just say Jaden will do it.
I can assist him,
For
can
now.
I? Give him
No.
Yeah, you
advantage?
can if you want. Yeah, so you get
Advantage.
advantage.
Better.
That's
Better.
much better. Yeah.
So you saw where he was, and based on the fact that he fell straight down, you managed to lead them in a similar direction, and you managed to find the shadowy creature just laying on the ground. It
So if
doesn't
he's
seem-
paralyzed, does that mean we crit when we hit him with melee weapons?
If you go up to smack him, yeah.
I say we should all ready our weapons and smack him at the same time. To make sure he's really dead.
I pull my rapier out.
All right. So you can hit him with melee weapons, and that gives you automatic advantage because he's not moving. and you automatically crit because he can't use his dexterity at all.
So auto crit. So I deal. Wait, doesn't that just mean if he's paralyzed, right?
Yeah.
I deal 18 damage. Oh wait,
Alright.
I have 2 attacks.
Yeah. You have 2 attacks with a rapier. So you have...
Okay. That's 18 plus 14 damage from me. Let's see.
18.
It's 32 damage from me.
I had 26, which is really low for me. I rolled 2 ones on my weapons.
And Jaden, he has... I'm assuming he's doing one-handed slash.
No,
so
I'm doing two-handed this time.
Okay, well, then you get less.
Yeah.
Just the way the dice rolled there for you.
Yep.
Oh, 27.
So in that one round, you did 65 damage to this guy.
It's still up somehow.
And it's still up. Yes, it is, and it's still paralyzed. Let me just double check something.
I think he gets a new save whenever he gets damaged, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I'm gonna check the rule on that. So
it's at the end of his turn.
Okay.
So I have to pull up Grell here because it's just using the same stats. Here it is.
Actually, I don't
Okay.
join that.
Okay, so yeah, DC 11 Constitution saving throw would be poisoned for 1 minute. So he's poisoned for 1 minute. Oh, it can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns. Technically, he would have been able to try before you got there, but I'll say that he didn't try. So he's going to try again after you guys hit him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's back up.
But it's our turn again, right? Because it's
we'll say, turn. Here's what I'm going to say.
True.
Yeah, he ends the effect on a successful, so we'll say that was his most of his turn, and we'll say that he'll get to stand up at this point. Okay. So he's no longer prone.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you can roll initiatives if you want. I'm just going to say that he goes after you on each turn anyway. So you guys can decide what order you guys go in with initiatives.
Oh. I mean, I say train go first.
Yeah, we'll just say that you go first anyway. So
I rolled a 20. I rolled 23. That's a great roll.
So you get to go first, Brandon.
I just look at it.
Yeah, it stands up, and if you want to get, it just looks like what I described, unless if you examine it further. So
I'm just gonna attack it again with my rapier 2 times, because I put foreboding news up for some strange reason.
Sure, fair enough. You get 2 attacks. So
terrible rolls.
Let me see.
Is it still prone?
No, he got it. I said that since he cured himself of or got out of the poison effect, he managed to stand up.
Okay.
So, let me see.
Do any of those hit? Those both
miss.
Alright, that's what I figured. Damn it!
So, and he seems to be, like, when you attempt to swipe him with the sword, he grabs the sword and throws it away.
Ah, now I'm disarmed.
No, you have it in your hand.
Oh, he pushed it out of the way. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're not disarmed. He's just grabbing onto the blade and then throwing it, so that way you can't hit it. Okay, so
I'm gonna take it. Hang on, I have movement left. I'm gonna start.
Sure.
I'm just gonna start going, getting some distance, and then gonna start getting the gun ready, but I have to take 2 actions to get that reattached. So
All right.
anyway.
So since you moved, unless if you
attack
have
of opportunity.
unless you have a way to avoid that,
I
that is
don't.
going to happen. So let me see. I'll give him. There we go. To hit. 9.
That misses.
Yeah. So he seems to just take his fist and swing at you, and it misses. So. All right. So we're to Howler
Well,
now.
isn't that great?
I'm gonna take my grell poison again on my short sword, and I'm gonna stab him. And Jaden is right next to him, right? So I can just go behind him and stab him.
Yeah. You can definitely do that. All right. 19
So
definitely hits.
For 6 slashing damage plus sneak attack.
All right. Right. I need to do his con roll.
Oh my god,
Just made it.
I'm only rolling 1 on my weapons.
Oh yeah, you did get 1 there, but on your sneak attack you got more. So.
Dang, man, we've dealt so much damage to this guy. Yeah, he's still up.
Yeah. This guy is.
Oh yeah, he just beat the save because it was 11. So.
Yeah. So he's.
Or actually, I can make him re-roll any D20 roll because of my luck.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. So you can use the luck to make him re-roll. All right. So make sure you keep track of your luck. How much you have. That was your first one for today. No, this was your first one today.
Okay, then I have 2.
All right. So he did a lot worse that time. So he got back up and he seemed to be competent at deflecting your attacks, and then suddenly he gets hit by a short sword and he's back down. He's unable to move.
Gather up again.
So he ragdolls right on the tree that he's laying next to.
We're just ganging up on him again. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So he's prone. He's technically prone, but he's just laying against the tree. So yep, that's it. Jaden, you have a prone target in front of you, and I'm going to add that damage.
I run back up to him, I guess, when Jaden's done.
Well, Jaden still has to take his turn.
Yeah. Just letting everyone know. I might be muted for a little bit.
Do we have Jaden? Perhaps he froze.
Type something 3 times for yes and 2 for no.
It's once for yes and 2 for no. 3 for maybe.
I'm doing something different. It's called poetic licensing.
Let me see. He must have disconnected or something. So what we'll say is, yeah, it seems he disconnected.
His computer did what happened to me last time.
Alrighty, yeah. That happened to me the first time we had a game.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Shared it on
what the hell is wrong with technology?
Yeah. First time we had a game, I had to delay the game. Remember, Ben?
Yes, I do remember that, yeah. I watched that episode.
Yeah.
Like, I watched up when you guys were dealing with the troll, Earthbender, was that his name?
Rock Thrower?
Yeah, Rock Thrower, okay. Yeah, I watched up to that point, and then you guys started going down somewhere, and then I kind of was like, I want to kind of be in the dark a little bit. For the sake of roleplay.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let my guy take his turn, and then we'll retroactively let him take his turn. And when he gets back,
Yeah, so his turn is a saving throw.
Yeah. So he's going to roll. So he manages to get back up on his turn.
I want him to reroll. I have another luck.
Alrighty. So he re-rolls, and he just barely doesn't make it. So he's just like laying on the ground. Okay. So so he won't be able to move anyway. So we'll let Thranen take his turn. So he's prone and he's laying against the tree.
Well, I'm going to, run back up to him and stab him 2 times.
Alright, those both hit.
So I deal 20 damage to him. We've dealt like almost 100 points of damage to him at this point, guys.
Alright, so did we get...
I was expecting this guy to
back?
be small fry.
No, this guy is not. So Mike, we skipped your turn, so we'll retroactively add your turn.
Okay, do another turn because I'm bringing up Roll20 right now.
Alright, fair enough.
Basically, just give you
so-
turn. So should we just give him 2 turns then when he gets back to his normal turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since nothing happened that would have affected it anyway. So
Yeah.
so Howler, go ahead.
I'm gonna do that and sneak attack.
Alright. So let's see. That's total plus 7.
Or is it? It should be crit because he's not. He's paralyzed, right?
Yeah, actually.
Damn,
this
never
should be
mind.
a lot of-
I dealt 40 damage to him then.
It doesn't increase the modifiers. It only increases the dice.
Okay.
So it's another 6 and another 8 for you. So
Thank you. Oh, wow,
14 more.
Thank you.
34.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah. And me is 10.
You've been rolling terrible damage.
Yeah.
I've been rolling great damage.
29 total piercing.
There. So for those keeping track, that's 161 damage so far.
Hi. I'm like, we've dealt over 100 damage, guys, and now 161.
Yeah, on your turn, on both your turns, he's paralyzed, so you have an auto crit if you hit an advantage.
And I have 2 attacks, so I'm like, I have a feeling this guy was supposed to be challenging.
I mean, Jaden, he has 2 turns, and they're all crits every attack.
Go ahead.
This guy was supposed to be more than what's happening, yes.
But we just... Good play, Howler.
Because of that poison, and he has low constitution. I didn't take that into account. So, Jaden, you get both of your turns.
Alright. Take out my shield for the first bonus action, then swipe 4 times.
With advantage. So the 11 you can reroll.
Okay. Gotta get over to the... Alright. Alright, so that's my reroll of that one. So that one missed, but that's okay.
Alright,
They're all crits.
Yeah. So, double dice damage.
So do I roll again, or what do I do?
No, you double the dice. So that's...
And it's all
You
one-handed.
have a +1 mod, so it's just double minus 1.
It's an additional 12 damage.
Okay. Cool.
So I'll add that.
So that's 36 total. Unless you want an action search, you could do more.
Then I will try and shield bash him and knock him prone.
He's already
prone.
Oh, he's already prone. I'll push him deeper into the ground. I don't know.
Well, he
No,
can't
no.
he can't use his
true.
athletics because he's paralyzed, so
That's
he
true.
automatically fails. So
Kick him while he's down.
And now he gets
This is
another save.
over 200 damage so far. And he's still in his shadow form. He's not dead.
Okay. We need to step up our game.
So he gets to roll another con save, although I suspect if he succeeds, he's going to
I'm gonna make him re-roll. That's my last luck.
Oh, he
Oh,
got better. So this time he recovers, and as he does, you see that there is some smoke coming off of him this time as he gets up, and it seems like you, as a halfling, you know that you have your power to be lucky, and it seems like he's using his some of an ability possibly to override your luck. That's what it looks like from your perspective. He's smoking, he's got evaporating stuff coming off of him, and he's currently still prone. This time I'll say that he remains prone because he's so damaged. So this time he actually gets to defend himself. So we'll go up to Thrain then.
So, whose turn is it now?
Thrain.
3 men.
Oh, okay. So I get advantage, right?
No, he's prone, so yes, you get advantage if you use melee.
I will actually. Okay, so that would be
The first
11. Yeah.
The first one hits, and the second one misses.
Okay, he has a high armor class.
It's just that you guys have been hitting him while he's prone and paralyzed, so that means you pretty much automatically hit.
Okay, guys, this is where the boss fight gets tough. When he has only 15 HP left. He probably has more than that, but
This guy was supposed to be something different. I'll say make a both Jaden and Howler make a make a perception check. I'll say.
14. No, 17. Yeah.
All right. So you guys actually recognize this guy. This is one of the big bad dudes from your dream. The dreams and visions that they've been giving you. The shadow people. This is the cat person, which is why he had an elongated head because of the headdress. So this is one of the cat people. This is one of the big bats. And you've been keeping him on the ground. So, but he's still just, he looks like he's got a little bit of fight left in him still. So,
note
that was-
looks like a little.
alright, so add that. Alright, so now we're back to Howler.
Okay. So I would have advantage because he's prone, right?
Yeah. As long as you're using melee, you get advantage.
13, that misses probably.
Yeah, 13 misses. But the dagger hits.
And yeah.
Alright. Plus 15, it looks like.
Yeah, 15.
So that's 230 damage so far, for those keeping track. So Jaden, you're back, and he looks like he's aware now.
Okay. I'm going to use Burning Hands.
Are you sure?
So.
Why
so
doesn't he
DC
want to
11.
use?
DC 11. Okay, so his dex is high.
I was just about to say he's a cat person.
Yeah, he doesn't have much con, which is why he keeps on
Alright,
getting.
I did right.
I'll say that he aimed it so that way it didn't hit you, Howler.
Yeah.
You don't.
You guys
I
are
mean,
like
if
right
you-
next. Yeah.
Well,
I
sure,
imagine that you
okay.
guys are like right next to me, if that makes sense.
We
Yeah.
ganged up on him.
Yeah. Well, I got 30 feet of movement. I can
All right, so
change direction.
so he got 8, so he didn't save.
When?
So
10
takes
damage.
10
right?
damage.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, this Tabaxi can't be very happy.
Yeah, he's.
This reminds me. I'll talk about it after the game, but this reminds me of something that happened in my first DMing experience.
All right, so it is now his turn. He doesn't look too good though. He stumbles up to his feet, and let me see, what does he have? What abilities does he have? Okay, so let me just see. He's definitely intent on getting out of there. So, since he's a monk, he is going to use. So he sort of sees that everybody's surrounding him, and he stumbles up to his feet, and he slams his fist into his hand like this, and then he suddenly just moves like the Flash, and he appears to be at a distance that nobody can hit him. Nobody gets opportunity attacks on him. He moved too quickly.
Okay, so he's all
You
the
know,
way out.
guys.
Can't
You know,
shoot him
guys.
either.
I was just about to say, guys. I kind of regret not equipping my my gun before why we were traveling. I don't know why I wasn't doing that either.
Yeah, he was pretty rough. He was just about to go down from what you guys have been sensing.
How
And
far away
he-
is he? Because, I mean, if we dashed and stuff.
He's a monk, so he can spend ki.
To
So
dash.
he spent ki to disengage, and
Yeah.
he spent even more ki to dash, and then he dashed again. So he's quite far away.
So, but I can
can't.
dash as a bonus action and still hit him. Disadvantage.
You can attempt to hit him. He's still within your long range. So
Okay. So
You know
I'm gonna use my Grell potion on my bow, and I'm gonna use Dark Iron Bolts.
sure thing.
And
Go ahead.
I'm gonna shoot at him with disadvantage.
That
10.
misses. That misses, unfortunately. So your arrow flies through the air and it almost gets close to him, and then it hits a tree, and he just barely moves out of the way.
If let's see, I guess is it my turn or whose turn is it? Doesn't matter.
It is. He's about 100 feet away at this point. So
If I dash twice, can I catch up to him? Or
he's
keep up with
about
him?
he's about 100 feet away. So what I would say is that he is. Let me see. You would be able to dash and get closer to him, but you have a feeling that he might have more ki, and he might be able to just move way faster than you ever could.
Do you have any stunning magic, Jaden?
So, I'm all out of level slots, so I'm gonna use Action Surge and cast 2 Firebolts.
All right. So you have to roll to hit him with those.
Nice.
It's
Okay,
a
so
shame.
you hit him with the first one. You hit him with the first one. You miss with the second one.
Okay, so 2 Firebolts.
You hit him with the first one. You miss with the second one. Okay, so you hit him with the first. You hit him with the first one. You miss with the second one. You hit him with the first one. You miss with the second one.
12 damage.
Alright, let me see. He's just barely standing, but he's gonna use his... On his next turn, he's gonna use his key to get way further away than you could possibly catch up to. So, he was just about to die, too. He had 255 HP, and you guys did 252 HP. So, he is going to use everything he's got to get out of there.
How many feet of movement does he have?
He normally moves 30, but with his key, he can pretty much dash as many times as he wants. So,
Isn't that once per turn, or uses your bonus action?
He can dash, and then he can use his bonus action to dash, and then he has he's a very high level monk, and he has special abilities because of the shadow, so he can dash again.
Don't monks also get like extra movement or something?
If they're not wearing armor.
Oh,
Yeah,
is he wearing
and
armor?
he doesn't appear to be wearing armor either.
Okay.
So he can move quite far.
Yeah. All right.
So even if Thranen managed to switch his arm, he wouldn't have a clear line of sight, so he wouldn't be able to hit him, unfortunately. So
Okay.
It seems like you just barely killed one of the big bads, or almost killed one of the big bads.
Shadow 6.
Yeah. So he managed to get out of there. He definitely wasn't expecting poison. That was one of his fatal flaw there. So he is gone, but you now know that these guys, these big bad guys, are keeping an eye on you.
I mean, we should have assumed so.
Well, you know that they're physically watching you rather than just trying to contact you through dreams or whatnot.
Brain roars and disappointment, and then, okay, what do we do now?
Yeah.
We need to make stronger poisons.
I agree.
I think we gotta
Should we go
find
back?
I think we gotta find a place to camp out. I'm exhausted after all this swing of the sword and walking and...
Didn't we just wake up?
No, this was in the afternoon. So after you guys woke up, you've been walking for a few hours.
Oh, that's right. Oh, then I had more spell slots. Never mind. Oh, well.
So you had more spell slots and you didn't use them. Oh well, too late.
That's okay.
So you may have been able to kill the big bad, but oh well. Too late.
It's okay.
Okay, let's set up camp. Unless you don't want to. You know what?
No, we can...
Nothing bad can happen. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Yeah, I say going. I'll get on train.
All right.
I'll get on the train.
Okay,
Right, so,
I swap out arms, so I'm ready.
Yeah, good idea. So let me see. So, some of the stuff that I had planned is not going to happen because you almost managed to kill him, so he's not going to continue to watch you or anything. So, he's gonna go lick his wounds for a while. So, for the rest of the day, nothing appears to be stalking you or anything. Let me see. I definitely didn't expect that. So the rest of the day you guys can keep walking, and it doesn't seem like you encounter anything. So we can start up in the next day after you guys fully heal after your rest, because nothing encounters you.
I took no damage. No damage from that.
Yeah.
Did anyone take any damage?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't take damage.
So you guys think
if
that
I did roll so shit on my swords.
you think that you may have put the fear of God in the enemy, so they are going to stay away from you for the moment. So that's why nothing is coming after you at the moment.
We
So,
just proved we're a force to be reckoned with.
and you're only level
For
5.
that he
This
was
guy,
overrated.
if you guys would have had another player, he would have been dead easily. No problem. Especially with those re-rolls and me getting paralyzed each time. So, let me see. Okay, so you wake up the next day, and you think you can see in the distance that there starts to be no trees eventually, which, if you look on your map, it means that you're getting close to the encompassing cold. So we'll start off trying to get, we'll see how far we get before we have to close off. So we'll see. You guys wake up and you can see in the far distance, you think it's about a quarter mile or maybe a mile, from somewhere between a quarter mile and a mile, depending on which section you want to walk out on. If you want to go straight towards where the clash is, it would be a little shorter. But if you want to take the path that Jaden took, it would be a little bit longer to get there. But if you take the shorter path, you might not be able to. Jade might not be able to find a safe route through. That's the risk.
I'd say we take the fast way.
Okay.
All right. Any other opinions?
I say we take the safe way.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
if
you
you get
guys-
attacked, I could always just hide away. I don't see the big issue.
I say you guys play rock, paper, scissors to decide.
All right, let's roll.
All right, go ahead.
7.
What happens if we die?
Another one.
I
then.
guess you both threw off a rock. Okay, Howler won this time. So you take the shortest distance to the encompassing cold.
Damn it.
What?
Or, yes, the encompassing cold. So, you guys head in that
I
direction.
look up at Howler. If we get attacked, I'll grab you and use you as a very small shield.
If you can find me, that is.
I have a passive perception of 20.
I have a stealth bonus of 12.
How? How? No,
He has
seriously, how?
He has expertise.
Expertise. My dex is 4, and I have a cloak that gives me +2 stealth.
Oh, I keep on forgetting about the cloak. That's right. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, he has that,
Dark mantle cloak.
Yeah. The dark mantle. He has a dark mantle, like the two tentacles are wrapped around his neck, and then the rest of it is just looks like a dark mantle flopped over his back. So they're about the same height, so the tentacles reach his feet and sometimes drag behind him, but it bends light away from him, so that's why he gets the +2.
I feel as if during the day that would make you more noticeable.
Well, you tend to hide in the shadows, so
Good point.
you don't tend to hide in a bright, sunny spot. So
Guys, hang on. In the middle of a desert, dry dunes, a giant scorpion appears. Guys, let me hide. And he just fades from view.
Puts his
There's
hand in
something
front of his
called
face.
burying down in the sand.
So there are limits. If there's nothing to hide behind, you can't hide. That's my one rule. So
I mean, if I
you can
just
hide behind
become an
us.
ostrich and put my hand down in the sand, as far as I know, I'm covered.
yeah, pretty much. Okay, so let's get back to it. You after you've walked a quarter mile, which takes you about a half hour, because you're walking through heavy foliage. You manage to get to the encompassing cold, which is like an Arctic tundra type area that wraps around the Eucharist. So you're walking on ice now, and very small trees. Like it's very odd. Like you can see a definite line where you see here are tropical trees, here is tundra, right next to each other. You can see a definite line.
Guys,
Where,
this isn't natural. This isn't how this works. This isn't how nature works.
No, it's magical.
well, it's been
Figured.
like that. It's been like that ever since the temple has been there. So perhaps it has something to do with that.
We
I
should
mean, it's called the
destroy the
elemental
temple.
clash for a reason.
Plus, it seemed to make the shadow wall have a hard time moving in that area. So perhaps that also has something to do with it.
Well, what good does that do us now that the shadows encompass most of the rest of the world?
Yeah. Well, it's kept the refugees safe for about a month so far.
Okay, that's nice.
So
It gives us time, basically.
yeah. So let me see. So you're walking on a large. You can't see the end of it yet, like the ring of tundra, but you can see that there's a definite line between the forest and the tundra, and you can see that in front of you. There's just a large stretch of tundra in front of you. So do you wish to just head straight south, or do you wish to head like southwest?
I guess we agreed
Or
on the
southwest?
shortest way, so whatever's fastest.
Probably
Okay.
south, right?
So let me see if I can screen share again and bring up my map. So you guys see the map?
Yep.
Okay, so you guys are about right here. See where it dips in?
Yep.
That's why it was shorter. If you would have continued along the path, you would have been heading over here, a little ways over here, and then you would have came down into here that way. But you guys are right here. Since it dipped in, it was a little bit shorter. So you guys can go straight that way, or you can go down and walk along the shore, or what do you want to do? In theory, they're all going to take about the same length of time because there's no way you can straight shoot from where you are to
Harder to get lost in the shorelines.
yeah.
That's
So you
true.
could walk, you could go along the shore, but the way Jaden came, which is why you guys came this way, is they went right through the middle of this area over here. So if you walk along the shore, Jaden won't be able to tell you where's safe and where's not, but you can follow the shoreline and you won't get lost.
Let's follow the shore. I mean, we've already diverged from Jaden's path.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
take that into account. Maybe I should have. I blame your poor rock, paper, scissors skills.
I have the mental capacity of a 5-year-old. It's not my fault.
So
I was in stasis for 1,000 years of my life.
but Jaden can attempt to re-find his path if you guys want him to with a survival check.
Yeah, I
Do
say
you
we
want to
go
read
towards the shore.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so you guys can head.
Sure.
So you're right about there, where my mouse is pointing, and you guys are going to head directly south and try to go through this elemental clash here a little bit, and then head to the shore. So it.
You know what? Quick question about the elemental clash, though, real quickly, Jaden. Are there elementals here, or is it just a clash of the elements?
Did I see any elementals when I came up?
When you were coming through,
Yeah.
yes, tons of elementals.
Yes, there are tons of elementals.
And
I
there's
might
also
be able
like,
to befriend one.
there's also like raw balls of whatever element, and they just sort of like erupt from the ground, and they slam into each other, which is why they call it the clash.
I need to get me one of those balls.
And cold also includes water, just so.
I'm taking
It's
it
clear.
by heat also includes earth, then?
Heat includes fire and other and really high heat. So it includes fire and heat, and cold includes cold water, which is like ice and those sorts of things.
So only water and fire elementals, damn it.
Yeah. Because the earth ones are in the southern areas of the world. Earth clashes. So there's no earth ones up here. And if you would have went over here where my mouse is, then you would encounter air elementals as well. But you didn't go that way.
You know, I just have to say, if we were going to take the shortest path to our destination, which is that island, I like how we kind of went the longest way possible.
What island? We're heading to Giao and down to Monta del
Oh,
Plaza and wherever
over
Jaden's
here.
from is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, I mean, we could have just went straight there and it got revised from the Tabasco. That would have technically been the fastest way to that thing. But no, we're gonna get an airship, which, in all honesty, I'm actually much more on board with. I'm just saying, going the quickest route now after we decided to go a really long route.
You
That's
doesn't
all
have to make sense. It's fun. It's fun.
That's all I'm saying.
It's all gonna work out, I'm sure.
I'm not a scholar.
All right, so
What is your intelligence?
12.
Mine's 16. I'm like,
yeah, he's really book smart. Either way, so you guys are right here, about. So this is based on where Jaden is picking up, like from approximately. So this is approximately where you are up here, and you're planning to go down here to hit the shoreline. Just to double check.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I'll bring up my stop. Alright. Fair enough. So that's where you guys are headed. Okay. So you guys are walking along. It's all tundra, except for behind you. Like if you were to look behind you as you're walking, you can see like the tree line for a little while. It's sort of jarring, possibly, but Thrain, you've seen it your whole life. Like that was the edge of where you were allowed to go. So you weren't
okay.
allowed to leave the forest. You've seen this before, but they didn't ever get you to leave the forest.
Nice. This is new to me.
So now you're starting to get into new territory. So you're walking along, and I'll get everybody to. Well, first, it's mostly flat. It's not like mountainous or anything. At least, not in the area that you're in, at least. So it's just mostly flat, and you can see pretty much until the horizon ends from all sides except for backwards.
Mm-hmm. So what are we making?
Let me see. You're making a perception check.
Oh. I thought you were going to say make a
Everybody.
Constitution save.
You
Damn
haven't
it!
been in here that long.
I'm lost in wonder at the new world before me.
Yep, and the other two are keeping an eye on you. So he's just sort of looking around, taking it all in. You guys, you notice, let me see on the map. To your west, along that curvature, you notice something very large and very white. It's about the size of a house, but it's pretty far away. And it's long, really, really, really long.
I say we should avoid it.
Me too.
Do you point it out?
Yeah, I'll point it out.
I'm
Also,
a
have we had
curious.
the rest?
I am a curious young warforge. Stealth, going to go up to it.
Alright, so it's about a quarter mile away, but you can still see it because you can see like the horizon and everything.
So once they point it out, I have like a really high perception bonus. So like once it's pointed out to me, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna try to go stealthily and walk up to it.
It was a pleasure knowing you.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so everybody roll stealth if you're following him.
I'm not following.
I'm not following him. Crazy.
I'm by the way, I'm gonna only get like 100 feet away from it. I'm not getting close to it. I just want to see what it is.
Alright, fair enough. Where's your stealth roll?
I'm making it now.
Alrighty.
Oh, great. This is gonna be lovely, guys. Time to roll a new character. At least I have a backup ready.
I take out the hookah and offer Jaden as we watch train going on two steps.
Alright.
Hey, D&D moment, guys. D&D moment.
Alright, so you see him walking off. He's quite far away at this point. And it's about 200 feet, I'll say, before he stops and he says that he's close enough. He thinks that he's close enough. And this large creature, it seems to be on top of the ground, and it has like long claw type things, and it has legs on either side, and like a bunch of them. Like it's got round sections, and each section is about as high as a house. And about
I know what this thing is now.
and it's quite long, and it just seems to be scratching at something, but you'd have to look closer in order to see what it is.
Oh man, do I move closer to see what it's scratching at? Oh, oh boy.
At this point, it doesn't notice you.
It hasn't noticed me, or it has?
No, it hasn't noticed you. It's scratching at something. So even you manage to keep it from noticing you because it's focused.
Okay, I'm gonna try and stealth again and get closer.
All right, fair enough.
Do you want me to roll another stealth check or just move closer?
Sure. Another stealth check. All right, that's better. So you get a little closer. You're about 50 feet away at this point, and it seems to be scratching something black, and this black thing looks like it's struggling to try and get at it. So you can't see a definite form to it unless if you like make a perception check or an investigation, depending on which.
I'm gonna make an investigation check because I have a really high bonus to that.
All right, go ahead.
I'm not sure how I got that high of a bonus, but I have a high bonus, and it was wasted. Ah.
All right, that's fine. You see that it looks like it's some sort of beast type creature, and it's like very long, and it looks almost like a wolf, but it's quite long, and it's got bear-like claws, and it's sort of trying to attack it up at it, but this big thing is definitely winning the fight. And it's covered in shadow, so you can tell that it's a shadow creature.
The bad thing or the long thing?
The long thing appears to be fighting the bad thing. So the big
Brain
long
kind of
thing.
sits back and thinks to himself, well, that thing isn't covered in shadow, and shadows are bad, which is what he's attacking. The enemy of my enemy is my ally? Do I attack the shadowy creature and get an awesome companion? Do I want to re-roll a character? Like, I know what the big long thing is, but I'm not sure if my character would.
Your character hasn't seen anything like it before.
Yeah, so I'm like, he wouldn't know if it's evil or that stuff. In fact, I think it's actually a neutral creature. It's just an animal, though. Ooh. And you guys are back there getting high.
Well, if you take a little bit to examine what it's doing, and this big creature seems to be vomiting something on the other creature, and it seems like the vomit is quite hot because it melts the ice around it. So this creature is not something that you want to go messing with lightly.
Okay. I'm going to assume I have some sort of book, or something to write on, because that seems like the type of guy. I don't think I wrote in my inventory, but I wanted a book.
I'll say that you have it.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to start sketching the creature, like make a quick sketch of it to kind of remember it, and then going to get the hell out of Dodge.
All right, so it finishes defeating this shadow thing that it was attacking, and it falls to the ground. And once it falls to the ground, it sort of starts looking back and forth. So I'll need you to make another stealth check.
And this is where the new character is rolled. Never mind, that's pretty good.
Nope. It's not too intelligent, so it just looks back and forth, and it just barely doesn't look in your direction.
Okay, and I'm walking slowly backwards by drawing it, terrified out of my mind.
All right, and then the creature just sort of uses its two claws to dig in front of it, and then it starts spewing stuff into this little hole that it made, and it starts melting the ice, and it goes into the hole.
Just gonna keep on carefully moving back towards my friends.
And the shadow creature seems to recover, and it looks around for a bit, but you're too far away at that point, and it just scampers off somewhere.
By the way, I also was drawing a sketch of the other thing too. Could I make a perception check to see if I can get a normal, non-shadowy version of it though before I go?
Sure. But I'm gonna get you to roll nature check.
Nature check, okay.
Yeah, to see if you
hey, I'm proficient with nature. But I roll crappy.
This is a fairly common creature. It's part bear and part wolf. It's very strange. It has like bear arms, but it has a wolf-like body, and it's beefy for a wolf, but it has like bear claws on it. So it's a very common creature, though it usually doesn't live in these parts.
Can I make a nature check to see if I've heard of anything like the long centipede creature?
You can try, but it would be very hard for you, because you've never seen anything like it before. Well, you think that you may have heard a story about it, and let me see. I just want to get the pronunciation correct. Almost there. It's called a Remoras.
And I know they're unfriendly, right?
Yeah.
I'm running. Back to my friends.
They tend to hunt anything.
Okay.
And eat it, but apparently it didn't want to eat that thing. It must not have been hungry. So it must have just been threatened by it.
I've only seen it eat a paladin in 2 turns at level 7. It's not that bad.
Running, running, running.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys have encountered one before?
No, not in this
I mean,
campaign.
it basically ate the paladin in one turn, like his 2 attacks. And he was level 7.
Well, that sucks.
So it wasn't as big as the story's told, though.
Oh,
wasn't
Oh,
as
maybe
big.
it's a young one.
Yeah.
must have been an exaggeration.
Alright, so it attacked that creature, and the creature just scampered off, so it didn't... It just looks like the mood that this is sort of telling you is that it seems like there are creatures that didn't get transformed, and they're also fighting.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. Guys. That was a Rimmerast, I think it was called. Yeah. Yeah, we might want to be careful with those things around.
Remros, I don't think I've heard of them before.
Yeah, once you're told about them, you can decide whether or not you've heard of them. It's up to you.
What's that?
It's like a long centipede creature that spits boiling spit. Very big. Eats everything.
Can I use it for poison?
You might be able to. Do you guys want to hunt it?
You
It
think,
leaves an obvious trail.
you think that the way he's describing the spit, if it were to come in contact with your arrow, it might melt the arrow.
Okay, so
So it's not...
with my sword,
It would probably superheat your sword to the point where you can't hold it.
Okay, so let's find something else to extract poisons from.
I wonder if its blood is poisonous.
You have no idea with even that roll. You haven't studied creatures extensively, so...
But let's keep moving.
Yeah, let's keep moving.
Alright,
But
so...
what if? Never mind. I won't even bring that conclusion up. That's a terrible no.
Alright, so... let me see. So you guys continue along. I assume you don't want to stay there too long. It might notice you. The way that it seems to burrow, it might be able to chase you if it notices you. So I assume that you guys move along quite quickly.
We get the hell out. I'm guessing, right? We get the hell out of Dodge.
We should keep moving, so yeah.
Yeah. So it looked like it wasn't coming in your direction, but it might turn around. You never know. So let me see. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so you guys
I'm gonna have to
continue
get off
along.
soon.
All right, fair enough. Let me see. Okay, so you guys continue, and we'll say that since you didn't attack that thing, let me see. Okay, so it's getting closer to dark. So you've spent about a day walking through this. And let me see. We'll make another perception check before nighttime.
Perception!
Also, we slept from the Tabaxi fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So you notice that there seems to be...
The ground seems to be rumbling.
No, not quite.
Okay.
Okay, so you look up into the sky. Let me see. So anybody who got over 15, so Thrainin, you're still mesmerized with the
Winter Wonderland.
yeah. So anybody who got over 15, you look up into the sky and you notice winged beasts that seem to be flying north, which you are going south, so they seem to be headed in your direction.
Are they in shadow or not?
It appears that, actually, I'll get you to make a nature check. Because they're still quite far away.
Do you guys want to point it out to me? I have pretty good nature.
Let's see.
I'm trying to figure out what it is first, and I'll mention it to you after.
Alright, Jaden, you and Howler, you both made it over 15, which is good enough. Or 15 exactly, which is good enough. You both notice that there appears to be creatures that are in front, and then there are blackened versions of the same creatures behind them, chasing, it appears.
Right. Firebolt.
They're still quite far away. They're
Oh,
not.
there.
How far away? Can you guys point it out to me? Because I have a range of 12,000 feet. I can hit something.
1,200.
1,200. Did I say 12,000? Whoops.
You
1,200. 1,200.
Yeah,
They are
point it
within
out.
1,200. So if you pointed it out to him, he may be able to take a pot shot at something.
Yeah, I'll point it out.
I'm firing at the shadow ones then. First, I'm going to make a nature check to see if I can figure out what these things are, because I'm pretty good at nature.
They're quite far away, so you think that you might not be able to identify them until they get closer.
Okay. Well, let's help
Because,
them.
I mean, they're over 1,000 feet away, so all you see is, like, wings flapping, and you see black wings flapping behind them.
I'm pretty
There's
sure
some
I don't
kind of
hit.
small dragons.
Yeah, I don't hit with that. But I have 2 shots because this is now, so... No. For a
You
fact,
don't
my gun
hit
breaks.
either.
I gotta fix my gun.
On your
Shoot.
second shot, your gun, you think that your arm bent a little bit, and it caused the bullet to hit your shoulder, or
Ow.
elbow, I mean. So that part needs to be repaired.
Well, then I'm going to use quick repair next turn, because that's a thing gunslingers get. Quick repair. I can sacrifice my attacks to repair something with a tinker tools check.
So next turn you'll be able to have that. They are getting closer.
I'm pretty sure they know we're here now, though.
Yeah, the first loud crack, they would have heard the crack of the. So, as they're getting closer, you notice that they appear to be some sort of bird that you don't recognize off the bat. They have very colorful wings, like purple and blue, and they have like taloned feet. But the part that's confusing you is the upper part of their torso. Seems off somehow, but they're still a distance away.
You know, I was honestly hoping they were dragons.
Nope, they look like birds of some sort, but their upper torso seems.
I know.
I would like
From their
to move
torso
away.
up, they look weird. Like
Okay.
you can't immediately identify them without a roll.
I'll make a roll then. Nature check.
Sure.
And 16.
Alright, so the top of their torso appears to be like from here up, on their body, appears to be of a different creature than a bird of any sort. And let me see, so 16. I'll give
I'm
you
gonna
a
move
little.
away from the group too, and I'm gonna hide and ready my crossbow when they're in reach.
They appear to have antlers on their head,
Okay.
and they're flying directly towards you at this point.
The good ones or the bad ones? Or all of them?
All of them.
Okay.
The whole cluster of them are flying towards you.
Well, guys, I
All
think we
right,
have company.
So, Howler, if you can find a place to hide, and there could be a little bit of a incline that you
He's a
can hide
halfling.
behind. Yeah, there's a little bit of an incline.
No, I mean,
that you
he can hide behind me.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. I forgot about that. So if he's hidden behind you, that's fine.
He just hides behind one of my giant calves.
Alright,
Yeah.
fair enough. So they are getting closer. Do you wish to react before they get any closer?
When they're in reach, I only have 120.
Yeah,
Same here.
they're about 500 feet away still.
Does that mean I can fix my arm before they get here? If I make a good enough roll? Okay. I forget what the DC is, how that works. I think I have to roll higher than a 10. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, I'd say that repaired it.
Yay.
You managed to straighten your arm out and get the partially crushed ball out of your out of the cannon, and then you managed to make sure that it locks in place properly again.
Okay. And then I look at the guys. Hey, does this city we're going to have smiths?
I have no idea.
Just well, I assume they have smiths, but I don't know if anyone dealt with you or.
No, I mean, so I can use the smithy, like their black workshop.
Oh yeah, sure.
Metal workshops.
Yeah, any city would have a blacksmith.
Do you know how well known their smith work is, or is it more or less just mediocre?
Would the Thieves Guild also have their own like smith?
I love how there's these monsters flying towards us, and Brain just turns around to the group. Hey, do you guys know? It's like there's black.
Well, they'll just get closer then. That's all.
I mean, we can't do anything until they get close enough, anyway. Well, I mean, we can fire at them, but.
I mean, would I know if there's any good smiths or something like that in that we trusted, basically?
The Thieves Guild would be aware of trusted smiths, but you don't know. Based on the world going to crap, you don't know if any of that structure is even.
Okay.
All I need is good metal.
Well, there will be metal. I'll say that for sure.
And hey, if there's no one there, that would be better for me, because then I can just take it without buying it.
Yep, some of the smaller villages that you may encounter may be completely vacant, and you might be able to loot them.
Yeah, I might have to ask the party to like, hey, can we stop so I can make some? Can we rest here so I can make some bullets?
Yeah, but I don't think you're at that point yet.
No.
Alright, so
but I'm definitely gonna need more soon.
They are within 300 feet now. They just kept moving while you guys were talking. And they all seem to be heading towards you. You guys can make more accurate nature checks if you want to identify the exact creature at this point.
But by that, do you mean with advantage?
You can make a regular roll, but at this point you'll get more information because they're closer and you can actually see them.
Well, I rolled terrible, so I'm like, nope, that's about my extent of my knowledge.
You're still unsure, but you do see that they seem to have antlers on their head, like I said before, and their face sticks out almost like a deer's face, and they have very sharp teeth, too sharp for a deer, but they seem to have a deer head and then sharp teeth inside.
You know what? All of a sudden, I'm regretting helping these things.
Alright, so after that, if you guys wait a little bit longer, I'll say that they're within 150 feet.
Oh, I'm going to start shooting. Like, my normal range is 300. The minute they're...
So when they were at 300, you wanted to shoot?
Well, after my weapon was fixed.
Well, yeah, your weapon was fixed by then.
Okay, then, yeah.
Alright, take a shot.
My long range is 120, so...
So let me see. They have an AC of 13, so...
Yes, both those hit. 36 damage!
Right.
And I'm shooting the closest black one. I'm not shooting, because I'm not sure about the normal ones yet. They might just be flying to us for help.
You never know.
Yeah. Brain is really optimistic.
Okay, so 36. And now they are within 150 feet.
120?
No, they're
I
in
would've-
150 at this point.
Can I make another shot then? If they moved over 100 feet, they've probably gone into the next turn.
Yeah, you can make another shot after that.
Okay. 14 more damage to the same one I shot before.
Alright. There we go.
And then I'm going to reload again. Even though I had one more shot, I'm going to make sure I have 2 shots for the next turn.
Alright. You see. Wait, you have 2 shots?
Oh, no, I don't. Okay, never mind.
That's
right.
fine.
I keep on forgetting.
I forgot.
Forgetting that
Yeah, you got the elemental
took the
chips
elemental attunement and not the because basically when I was making my gun, I had the option to choose either 2 shots and before reload or elemental capability, or
Yeah.
I believe I had one other. I could choose to have it be where my firing mechanism would like be more powerful, but it could be turned off by a shadow, and I was like, no, thank you. I'd rather be have the complicated bullets.
Alright. That's fine, yeah. So I'll say that it's fine.
Ugh.
Everything that's happened so far is fine. I forgot.
Yeah.
So
Well, either way, I was still, for the most part, missing, so hey.
Yeah.
Except
So,
for when I was dealing tons of damage to the paralyzed guy.
Yeah. That's fine. It's fine.
Wait, no, I was
So-
using my rapier on him.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Yeah, so that's fine. So let me see. So one of them goes down, one of the shadow ones, but there's still, it's like a flock of birds, but these things are big.
There.
of them
Hopefully
is-
that's better. I added elemental to my gun name to remind me.
Yeah, so you have slots in your arm. I'll explain this again. You have slots in your arm that
And
if
I
you...
can put like a chip in that gives me,
So they're enchanted little stones that if you put in the slots, then it gives your
damage
shot.
boost, basically, right?
Yeah, you get elemental damage on your shots,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
I thought was an awesome sounding idea, because then I could also change the type of enchantment on my gun. So,
Yeah.
I like that,
But you have to find the enchanted chips, so...
I still have to find them, but hey, we're going to a large city.
Alright, so they're flying towards you, and they're now under 100 feet from you.
Okay.
So anybody who has range that reaches that far?
I mean, I already used mine, so I'll wait till the next increment where they can't attack us, but we can still attack them.
And remember, the number is 14 that you gotta reach.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
also I would have advantage because they don't see me, right? And because I'm hidden.
They
so
do see
it's
you.
a normal roll.
Oh wait, you hid. That's right. They don't
Yeah,
see
he's
you.
hiding behind me.
Okay, good enough, yep.
And I'm gonna hide behind the robot again. Because I can do that.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That was a really low roll for you, though.
Also, is it a crit because they don't see me? But I guess they're not surprised.
You're not the first one to act, either.
Yeah.
So for this guy,
Nice firebolt. Are we all firing at the same shadow demon bird thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
Yep, another
Okay.
one goes down.
Yay.
Luckily. Okay. So when they get killed, they fall to the ground. So the other one, the black ones, are falling to the ground.
All right.
And
Now we just have the normies. When they get to us, we'll see if they're friendly or not.
Well, there's still 3 shadow ones, and there's like 5 regular ones. So,
Oh, I thought there was like only 2. Never mind.
no.
This may have been a terrible idea.
Okay, so there's 3 more shadow ones and 5 regular ones, because there was 1 chasing each one.
Okay.
So, they are now upon you. Although, as the regular ones, they begin to swoop down at you. And they have their claws out and everything.
Of course. They're
So they're
not
swooping
friendly.
down towards you. But as they do, the black ones swoop down on them. So now you only have two regular ones to deal with, and the other three are currently being attacked by the shadow ones. So the shadow ones grab onto the back of the regular ones and begin to pull them in another direction. But you still have two regular ones that are attacking you.
You
You're not
see,
sure
I
why
feel as
they're
if
attacking you.
I feel as if an animal would. So these aren't quite animals, then, because an animal would use this opportunity to just escape. We're attacking the shadow ones, so.
Yeah, these creatures are currently attacking you. So they have
Guys!
like deer-like heads with the antlers, and they have the rest of them looks like pretty much like a bird.
Okay, should we roll initiative or just use the last initiative?
We'll just say that. Actually, we'll roll initiative at this point because you only have two on you, so that'll be fine.
Okay.
They have +1.
What the hell's going on with my initiative rolls today? Why can't you be critting my bad news?
Alright. And they go last. So they're swooping down at you, and they have their claws out. So we'll say that since they were swooping down at you and you didn't expect them to, I'll say that they go first, and then we'll go back to the top of the initiative order.
And the really sad thing is, guys, I have to go now.
Alright, we can start the battle next time.
Yeah, so to be continued cliffhanger moment. Sorry, audience.
It's okay.
I've got to start getting ready for my game in which I GM, so.
Alrighty. Well, I'll see everybody next time.
Yeah, so.
Great.